things set up.
Oh, hey, we're live. Good afternoon, everybody. We're back with the next round of Into the Woods.
Into the woods to
it's
die
me.
tonight.
Bosch. I'm back in the DM seat once more. And I am joined by our players. Intrepid adventurers are
Gonna die adventurers.
maybe in bad shape or...
Worse for worse, hi, my name is Ninjaspence 21, or else known as Spence. I am playing Leona Morning Fame, that the Cockney Bard rogue, or brogue.
I'm Neysa, that's cosplay, and tonight I am Shadow the Ranger. I am a black kitty cat.
I'm Hewitt. I'm playing Earl. He's a non-accredited wizard.
He had just went to Scribe, not...
Yeah, he went to the Unseen University on Scry and found out that lore wizard was a unearthed arcana and not a accredited school of wizardry.
Wow. Damn, YouTube University.
But the debts on the other hand are very, very real.
Oh, the debts are very, very real. I tried to talk to the Open Lords of Waterdeep because it was a scam university about maybe helping me out, and they told me get a job, nerd.
They can't collect loans if you're dead.
You say that. I got a
They
feeling.
have necromancers unemployed.
I do feel like the loan agency has a necromancer. It's like, all right, you're back.
You owe us debts, now get to work.
Time to work off your debt.
Alright, so, the last session, y'all were in Smileton. Smileyville, whatever it may be. And, did a little bit of work around town, as expected. Leona got carried away chopping some wood. Y'all had a nice, cozy house that y'all went back to. A casserole made by, I do believe, Betty.
It was so delicious.
It really was. And
So
it was surprisingly delicious.
So delicious.
And that's when y'all kind of found out about a dirty little secret the hard way.
Dirty little secret.
And y'all quickly took care of the two residents of this house. However, one did manage to make quite a loud scream before y'all could drop him.
I could use Cure Wounds on you.
I think that's
You
where we are.
You dropped your wounds on me because I was down to 10 HP. I got
that's
fudged
right.
on.
Yeah, y'all took a moment, kind of pulled yourselves together,
Wizard
cast a
squishy.
few healing spells, and that's where we'll be picking it up with the table still on fire.
For canon purposes, my hunter's mark is still active, waiting for another target.
Yes, it is.
Correction. The table itself is charred heavily because this is floating.
Yes.
It has not ignited yet. Yet.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it's not going to. It's just that
You still have a floating fireball above the table.
for a little bit, Earl's going to look. Do I need to move that somewhere important or useful?
I don't really know where we should move it to.
Like putting it by the door seems ill-advised yet advised.
The whole house is wood.
You said stone on the walls.
I did I?
Yeah, all the houses had stone walls because they were built from the surrounding materials
I
because
don't have
everything
any.
had to have cracks filled in.
I don't have notes of that.
When you described the place I had to paint, I was filling in cracks between stones.
I thought I said trees, but it was in kind of a log cabin style where you had the chinking in between the logs. But if I said stone, it's stone.
I don't have a note for that. I have no comment.
We can go with stone walls on some of them. There is a lot of wood, though.
But the floor is wood as well.
Uh-huh.
Does that thing have to stay within a certain distance of the surface, or can it just free float?
It goes about that height and that's it. I can dismiss it, but if I do, I can only do it once more.
No. If you could put it by the door, but not where it's going to catch like the floor or the rugs or the curtains or anything on fire, then maybe that.
It'd take a minute, but yeah. Because I could move it 30 feet as a bonus action, so we'll just Scooty Puff Jr. Tell me where you want it.
Like over here-ish.
5, 10, that's where it can move for right now.
Go ahead and put this in the living room for me.
Alright, which is the living room?
Is this the living room?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a couch, bookshelves, a little something extra. As I sit here and make things. So, as you're moving this flame, you do start to hear. Commotion is not a right way to describe it, but heavy movement. Not particularly around the house, but in the outside areas. The heavy, like just dead sprint, heavy-footed steps around the road, going up and down, almost as if there's more of these things out there searching.
Are there windows?
There are windows.
Okay. Are there
So-
curtains?
You do have a window in the kitchen. It's typical kitchen window. It has little curtains that are tied up. You have a window in the living room next to
This one or
yeah.
this one?
that one,
Okay.
closer to me. It is somewhat big enough for something to crash through full body.
Right.
You have a smallish window that you could probably fit through in the bedroom.
Right.
You
I
guys
remember
know
that
of.
one.
The room you're in now, there is no window.
Okay, so we need to make sure that the windows are obscured.
Actually, DM, has it been a minute since the fight ended?
Approaching on that.
Okay.
I mean,
In that case, this will be going. It lasts a minute.
Okay.
that
I want to sneak my way to that window to, like, if the curtains are pulled back, to untie them and let them sweep.
So the living room doesn't have curtains.
Okay.
The kitchen does.
Kitchen does. Okay.
And I don't think there were any curtains in the kids' room.
Okay. Then rather than seeing there's no curtains, because that was my plan, was to just drop curtains. Seeing there's no curtains, then I know there are still sheets and shit on the bed.
Yeah.
Or at least there were before everything turned to, like, grody and grossness. So I will change my plan and make my way this way.
Okay.
Do we want to fortify, or do we want to skedaddle?
I mean, running might be the best place to do.
Which way?
The wood.
Which way out of this building?
Oh, well, I'm going.
And if we're going to do that, we should have some kind of a distraction away from wherever which way we're going to run.
I bought this mason jar full of stuff that blows up.
And then that I cannot possibly create something, because that a little bitty thing of whenever I create something, it does a little bit of a jangle with it.
Jingle jangle.
Which direction in the orientation of the house, which direction gets us closest to the north side of town that goes up to the tower?
Okay. So the road y'all were on when you came into the town.
Mm-hmm.
So the southern side. Think. So y'all would have come in here.
Okay.
The house is about middle of the street, so you would go down the street and then it cuts north at the 90 degrees. So the old guy's house is at the end where it makes that 90-degree turn.
So
Going.
straight from the house, if that's the front door and this is the kitchen, and there's apparently a door in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
if we're going to make a beeline straight for as straight as possible to get toward the tower, that's going to be this corner of the house.
No. So if you're going shortest distance, you're going out the front
marker.
door.
Marker.
Yeah, the dry races are over there. So, what you're saying is, we have a pathway that comes into town like this. It cuts back kind of like that, and then it goes down like this, right?
Yes.
So tower is where on this?
Tower is
if
here.
you're
This is
looking
the way
at it
we came
backwards.
in.
If you're looking at it backwards, but yes, it's the same idea.
I'm just saying, is making it easier for us. We came in this way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, Doom is back the way we came.
Right. Where is the house that we are in
So-
right now?
Right here.
About midway up, yeah.
Right about here.
Other side.
Okay. Other
So
side.
if you come out the front door, you'd be able to see the tower.
Okay. So
There we go.
if we want
Okay.
if we want the straightest shot, it's
It's
out.
front door.
It's out the front door, but there are all the other
Right.
Right.
houses and
No, I
very
get that. I'm just trying to
angry.
literally.
angry faces.
I'm just literally trying to figure out direct lines of as crow flies for
Yeah.
speedy purposes. I'm still gonna grab the sheets off the bed.
Okay.
You never know when you're gonna need some kind of sheets.
So would you like me to describe the room as you see it now?
Yes.
All right. So as you push the door open, the stuff that you guys left in there is fine. Nothing's changed. But you can see the rest of the room. It hasn't changed as drastically. It seems like at one point somebody did take particular care in keeping this room pristine. The sheets aren't as worn as like the other cloth that you had seen in the house after the ghouls were exposed. Still kind of thin. They're another couple of years they'd probably start crumbling apart. They're still relatively dirty, but again, it's like at some point in time somebody took a lot of care in keeping this room pristine.
Okay. Okay, let me. What do y'all want to do while I'm going through this room? Because I'm gonna have to go through a lot of stuff in this room.
It
Okay.
looks like we don't have a plan quite yet, so I'm going to suggest that we block the easiest way, whoever's out there,
Mm-hmm.
to get in here to buy us enough time to fully form a plan, but not so much that we can't get rid of it if we need to get out. So
Absolutely.
this window, and he just puts a pot in front of it.
The kitchen window.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna leave the? It does have small curtains.
Just close the curtains, and then just put something sort of heavy that if additional to be knocked off in case.
Makeshift alarm system.
I mean,
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't know alarm. I do not know the spell alarm. And
Were you thinking with your noggin?
we should probably flip a table up against that back door.
certainly.
While they're shuffling things around in there, did y'all just canonically? Did y'all leave anything in the chest or anything in this room?
No, I didn't.
Earl doesn't carry much,
Okay.
so he's
Okay. So, I'm in this room. I want to go to the window and do a very careful peeky peek out.
Okay. I'll need a stealth check, and for the two of you, I'm assuming you're gonna work together on this table.
Yeah.
Are y'all gonna try and do it quietly or just slam it against the door?
I think we need to do quiet.
Quiet.
Okay.
In that case, can I rely on my passive stealth, which is
I'd say
16?
both of you roll stealth at an advantage.
Alright, so then
Because
that
you're
cancels
working
out.
together, you can be a lot more cautious and a lot more slow.
Okay, that's not bad. That is.
I got a 19.
That is 25 total.
Oh, wow.
I have.
Sneaky.
Yeah, and then if
Yeah,
I was a
y'all
low
just-
roll.
Y'all clear the table and just roll it up onto its side and wedge it against the door. It's-
15 on my stealth.
Shadow, you got a 15? Okay. You're a cat. Sometimes you're sneaky, as cats do. With the tail
I'm
hanging
wearing
out and
I'm wearing
everything.
scale mail, so I have to
Yeah.
roll at disadvantage.
So you poke your head up. You're looking at it. It's dark, but you do see movement out and around behind the house. It's kind of hard to track. These things are moving.
Okay.
You see one that comes out in kind of like the light of the moon. It's just it's a ghoul. It's emaciated. The skin's kind of gray. Its clothes are tattered, and it's running on all fours like an animal. And it stops and it kind of looks up, and it looks like it's sniffing the air before it takes off again.
Okay. Would like to very, very carefully get out of line of sight of the window, and before I go grabbing sheets, I do want to check inside the armoire and the chest. Because we didn't do that before. Like, we weren't snooping through these people's possessions.
I thought you did.
We found out there's children's clothes in there.
Yeah,
Someone
and
threw them.
toys.
Yeah. The chest had toys and the.
Well, now that whatever, like, illusion spells or whatever have dropped, I want to see
That
if
is
it's
true.
still the same.
Okay. So what are you checking first?
Armoire, closest to it.
Okay. So yeah, you pull out the drawers, and it's much the same way as the bed. The clothes are old, not so much worn. It's just they've been sitting there for a long time. The color's faded. You have a very distinct, musty mold smell coming out of it.
The dresser farted on you.
As it does. Same thing with the chest.
It still has toys. The toys are much older. There's like a layer of dust over all of them because they haven't been touched. Yeah, nothing really sticks out.
And yeah, I'm just gonna grab the sheets and make my way back out here. Take a peek around the corner and just kind of.
Okay, I have
See
two
what's up.
questions.
Yo.
This is for verification. Did you leave your things in the room, or did you grab them on your way?
I feel like I already had all my, like, because I had my bag when we were out doing stuff, and I had
Okay.
my bow and everything. So, like, my bag and shit's still going to be in the dining room.
Okay,
My bow and my arrows are with me.
gotcha. Just making sure. And then, as you're leaving the room, are you gonna keep the door open or shut it?
Gonna keep it open as an
Okay.
exit point.
Okay. So yeah, you grab the sheets.
Can I hear anything? Because we also never investigated in that room. Can I hear anything that way?
No. It's outside of the noises that you hear from the outside. You don't hear anything in that room in particular. However, you can roll me perception if you wanna, lean up against the door, listen closely.
No,
I
don't
didn't-
knock
I
down our
didn't mean
table.
to.
We worked so hard to be sneaky.
Okay, Percepes are 18.
Yeah, you hear what sounds like nails, just very slowly pulling across glass. Like something might be trying to fidget with a window.
I'm going to staying right here. I'm dropping the sheets on the floor
Mm-hmm.
and then leaning around the wall. Are y'all still in the kitchen or are y'all back in the dining area?
I'm pretty sure we're back in the dining area.
Yeah.
To where,
I'm just gonna
do we need to block the front window or?
I'm gonna lean and kind of go.
I believe. Yes, Chanda? There's scratching noises.
That's what she was saying. I thought she was doing, time to make biscuits and go to bed.
And I want to back up to this corner here.
How high is the roof?
About high. This is a single floor building.
Okay. Thatch, planked, or what?
Plank.
Okay. That escape plan just went out the window. Wiggle through the thatch. It'll
only,
hurt.
If only.
It'll hurt like hell, but wiggle through the
We're
thatch.
on a mountaintop. How are they even gonna get thatch?
I don't know.
No way to get thatch.
Maybe
on
a thatcher fell through the frickin'
It's not that. It's a matter of you can't get thatch if you don't have access to like grassland.
Just saying, Thatcher had a big old batch of it.
No.
He fell through a hole. They ate
No.
him after he thatched the roof.
No. I don't think so.
Okay, so this is planked with shingles over it. Right.
We need to at least get that other door.
I'm putting an arrow on my bow and
Alright.
Should we block the back? And I really, honestly, I don't want to go out the front because I'm assuming that's going to be where a lot of them could see us, but I don't think it'll make much difference, all truth be told. Do we
they're
wanna,
either coming in here or we're going out there. Decide. because all I'm doing is listening.
Do you think it's like when the sun goes down, they become these, like they're wereghouls, or do you think
I don't think it matters.
What
They
time
do
of
just the
day
way
was
they
it
are.
whenever that we had the council? Or was it like nighttime?
Yeah, it was late evening.
Could I remember that if it was a full moon or something like that?
No.
No full moon. Okay.
I'm just
Go ahead and give me perception checks.
that's cocked. I really would have loved that 18.
Wow. I
Really
really
would've
love
loved-
my 18.
Really would have liked that 18, but it was
But I got an 11.
Earl don't see shit.
I got an 11. Even on
That is a grand total of a 3 for Earl.
Rolled a 14, but passive 17.
Okay.
passive is 19, but rolled at 11.
Yeah, our dice are just gonna kill
I
us.
had this.
My passive isn't going to be arguable over here.
All right. So, Shadow,
Yo.
you're kind of tuned in. You're listening in on anything and everything. You heard the scratching on the window. Your kitty ears are going wild. You gone in satellite mode.
Yeah.
And you hear in one of the neighboring houses crashing of a window and what sounds like two heavy objects going through it, followed by the very primal ripping and tearing of flesh. And during this process, you hear something being slammed against the wall of the house you're in repeatedly.
Run out the front door and hope the best.
Yeah, but I do think that we can leave those cheeky bastards a parting gift, don't you think?
I can get high, and I can throw something that goes boom.
I can create
But
something that can go boom.
But question is, now you told us, right? You heard the ripping of flesh.
Yeah.
That means
Somebody's getting
that not everybody here is that.
Personally, I don't think we can save them.
I just don't
We could
want to set
barely
them
save
on fire.
They're not in our building. It's winter on a mountaintop. The fire is not going to spread that far. If you're going to set a building on fire, let it be this one.
Did you major in arson?
Did you?
No, they didn't offer it.
Then why is it a question?
Didn't know. I've never done set a building on fire before. It's not like I'm that fella from up at Neverwinter that yells fuego.
Look, it's cold. It's a stone walled building. And it kind of makes sense that it's not going to set
Then
everything
it's-
else on fire.
I'm pretty assuming the whole time we're talking. Boom!
Can we clue into where the impact is more localized?
Yeah, it sounds like it's back in the corner between the two rooms right there, the kids' room and the room you haven't looked into.
So like right,
Yeah, right up in that area.
they're pounding.
If they're concentrating there and we're running out the front, now is the time to go. So it's gonna put the whole width of the house between them and us.
All right.
Are we going?
Yeah,
I'll
that's
vote yes.
I'll go first. I'll lay down cover fire. You both get as far and as fast as you can.
Going to give you bardic inspiration and just be like, just be careful out there.
Always try.
And that's 3 uses left.
And this is when
Right.
he puts the undead troll down. Actually, I do have a venom troll somewhere.
Oh yeah, so then you got
My trick shot fingers are ready. Let's go. I can actually shoot 2 arrows at a time. It's a whole hoop and a half. Let's go.
Before you get in on it, let's go ahead and roll
Initiatives.
initiatives. I think it'd be a lot easier to manage if we just go into the initiatives now.
okay.
All right.
So,
That,
Leona?
that roll, that
19.
checks.
Shadow?
18.
Earl?
Oh God, Earl.
11. The dice don't like me tonight, okay? It happens.
I'm sorry, my Wheaton curse is expanding.
Eh. Look, I'm being very good that the hot dice only sit in a box in there for when I DM my Tuesday nights or I DM a game where I gotta actually have dice. I have a DM set. I don't roll them now because...
Then you'll use all your 20s to use against us.
Yeah, I know.
I use my DM set regardless, and I still crit.
It just depends on what the dice want to do. I don't have any particular sets.
Right. So...
I have a few that try to cycle.
I have an evil set for a character that is actual evil, but I've yet to play that one, so they're still sitting in a little
Aww.
box.
Leona, you're
Mhm.
first up.
Do you want to bring it into...
Uh,
Do you want to put evil character into...
No.
just basically going to use my action, because I'm not a second level rogue yet, to basically kind of just stealth up to like at the edge of that wall the best way I can.
Here?
Right. And then that basically just then that'll be my action, because I had already used a bonus action to inspire. And at disadvantage, so that's an 18 on stealth. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Shadow.
I am holding... Now, if you hold an action but you've got multi-attack, does that hold your multi-attack?
Sorry.
That's a good question. Does it? If you hold an action, do you still use multi-attack?
Okay, if you're holding your action waiting for something to happen, yes, because you're holding the attack action,
Because
and if
literally
you
what
are
I've got
a
going
martial,
on here is I've got 2 arrows on...
and
right
if you
here.
have if you're a martial class, your attack action has more than one attack. Like
Okay.
I could hold
Alright.
a spell, but not a spell and a knife.
I'm holding my... Wait, we haven't said I've gotten back to get my bag and shit yet. As Leona was moving, could I have asked her to grab my shit?
Sure.
Cool. So, she's got that, and I'm gonna hold my action for the first enemy target I see, no matter whether it's coming in from there, or behind, taking a shot.
Okay. Are you moving?
No. I'm staying here because here I have literally line of sight for the, what did you move me? Don't move me.
Oh, I thought you were moving to the door.
No, I said right here I have line of sight on the door, the room, and behind. Like, I am not moving. I have line of sight on anything coming in here. So, except for the window in the front room. Y'all aren't ready to get out the door yet.
Earl, you're up.
So you moved. Okay.
I just stealthed up.
Just pull my wings in and scooch around in that tight corner. And I mean, I guess we'll has a let's see, what cantrips do I got again? I have not been using my cantrips, which is weird.
Like, I'm not gonna run out the door and leave y'all in the dust
Right.
still all the way in the middle of the building. I'm waiting on y'all to get closer to the door. This next turn, if nothing's coming after us, then I'm booking it.
Right.
I'll even do the cat thing and move twice as much as my movement, and then stand still and tank whatever's coming.
Alright, I will have frostbite ready for if anything barges through the door.
Shadow, are you still like looking around, listening for sounds, or are you dead focused on this door?
I am in swivel mode.
Okay.
I'm literally ready for anything at any corner.
If you would like to, you can roll another perception check.
Don't be less than my passive 17. There we go. 19.
Okay. This sticks out to you. It's kind of jarring. It's gotten quiet. The banging on the side has stopped. The running around and the heavy tracks that you've heard, you don't really hear them around the house anymore. Like every once in a while, you'll hear something just come sprinting through, but not so close.
They're going to old man MacGuffins.
Get ready to run. I'm still holding an action. Like we're still in initiative order, so
Okay. So, Leona,
Mm-hmm.
back to you.
Alright, going to
if you can get the door open, I have a straight shot out.
use Mage Hand to basically open up the door.
Okay.
Which way does it open? DM towards us or away from us?
Away.
Like swings out or?
Yeah. They're up to code.
Alright, then that was
We get back, thing actually has a
Mage
double
Hand
hinge and goes
isn't
both
an action
ways.
until that I get whatever, so
What are you doing?
going to just move up slightly behind Earl, and then that'll be my turn because I
Just
used an
move
action.
that 5 feet there.
Yeah, because then I already used my action to open up the door.
Shadow. With the door open, you don't immediately see anything.
Alright,
It's dark. It's quiet.
alright. How far am I from where I'm standing to door? Because I have math I need to do.
5, 10, 15, 20. These are 4x4s. So that's
Okay.
5. Okay, so you're
We'll say about 20 feet.
5, 10.
It's not 30.
It's 30.
Okay, so I'm going to use my feline agility thing and run double my movement out, 30 feet out onto the middle of the road, so I've got full vantage, and that then I have to stay here the next turn before I can
Okay.
move again.
Should we
Alright.
turn?
Yep, let's switch it all over.
What do you mean? So
We're-
just turn it?
Now we can take that up and put the other buildings out.
I was just
Okay, now, before we start putting anything else on the table, DM,
Yes.
and I'll be honest, don't worry about putting too much mini terrain into these.
I don't plan to. Get stuff up and out of the way.
okay.
It's like you have a good idea of the road.
Okay, which way are we going to have these set up? That way we also know where to move our stuff.
So let's have the road running like this.
So is this the house we're running out of?
It can be.
So it'd be over here.
Put it here. Well, I guess we can put it out there because you'll be heading this way, I do believe.
So something like this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
where the buildings need to go.
Here and here. That'll just make it easy.
I don't have space. Like that.
It's alright. And of course, there are basically the same buildings on the other side.
And then we would still basically be closer to the door.
Mm-hmm. Where's that house?
We're still inside the house.
Right.
So
Did you steal my space, Dewey?
5, 6. I would actually be here.
Dewey done stole my space. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay.
There is not enough space.
Yeah. The downside sometimes.
Okay, Mage Hand was an action, just have to double check that.
Yeah, it is.
So,
It's annoying.
as you run out,
Yeah.
you notice there's enough light. The whole area could basically be counted as dim light.
Well, I have dark vision anyway.
So I guess it doesn't matter. You do notice there's several new spots on the road. Splatters and drags. Looks to be blood, and they look somewhat fresh. They vary a lot in sizes.
Blood spatter on the road.
New, fresh blood, fresh meat.
but it looks like something happened and then got dragged off.
That is, it happened in the past. It does not matter to me right now. I am just looking for if there are any targets. I feel like spider web or something. If there are any targets that I can actually shoot at.
You don't see anything.
Then once again, I am holding my attack action and I'm covering the retreat.
Both yours.
Okay.
Or did
I'll
you?
eat this one, but there is a reason I remember why I don't do Little Debbie's anymore.
Oh,
They're very, very sweet.
Well,
Alright, Earl.
Earl just actually eating the cheese that he told no one that he eat. No, alright, I'm 5 feet from the door, so to get outside is 5. So at an angle going up, and I guess this is the fun of math.
Generally, hypotenuses are going to give you an extra 25%.
So I got 25 feet of movement.
So put yourself 20 feet
No, it's good.
away horizontally and then up.
About, I'm actually going to try to stay about 15 feet up, following behind
Yeah.
Shadow.
Okay.
Whole time, kind of patting what I still hope is a jar fireball, and not like some type of tricksy, hallucinatory. Like, I hope. Oh, fuck! They just gave me the clam chowder Campbell's. I'm gonna throw it at somebody. Just Earl just drops it on somebody from high up.
Clonk.
It's actually a can of Twisted Tea.
wow.
That
What do
is
you
a dangerous weapon.
So twisted.
Still love that video on the internet because it makes such a thunk.
So beautiful.
It's a satisfying thunk. All right, that's. I guess Earl will once again have frostbite readied in case something.
Shows itself.
Anything that is not the three of us and seems aggressive. Like if I was like, I hold it for the first thing I see somebody, help me! Doosh! Or
Oh no.
Or marmalade. Dale Earnhardt's bleeding sockets.
Alright.
Actually, that one's fucked up now that I think about it out of context.
Back over to you, Leona.
Okay, then that Leona is going to.
Look at it, look at it.
She is going to make it outside
About 10 feet.
about 10 feet. Then that both of you all just see just basically a bit of like quiet air, just basically just kind of like puffs around her banging, and both of her eyes go basically the salacra black, but then at the irises go blue, and then just at these kind of sort of like dark angel wings, black wings just appear, and then she goes up, flying, using my ASMR ability to get flight.
So technically, we know that you can do this because we've been in a group together.
Yes.
This is the first time that Neysa's seeing this, and that's lit.
Now, is this the which type of ASMR
Her, that this is the protector ASMR.
Okay. Emily keeps playing Scourgers.
Scourgers are fun.
Because you need more edge with your edge.
All it is to edge
her
one.
ASMR is like actual good. It's just that she can do like a burst of radiant damage.
Yeah, and then it's just an AoE versus just.
More edge with your edge, sir? Yes. Yes.
Then again, Ardlings.
Always edge.
Alright, then if
Ardlings
that's
can move as a
my
bonus
turn.
action.
Shadow.
You can
I-
still
I-
you can still move.
But that would be me leaving y'all behind.
That means you're moving 30 feet.
And I'm still ahead of you guys. Which direction is the road running? Like that way?
Yeah. So this road is east to west. Y'all came in on the more eastern side of the town. Eastern southern. The road is heading western northern.
So can we see the tower in the distance?
Yes. Although it is obfuscated a bit by clouds and fog. You know, ooh, spooky.
Spookies. The thing is, if I stay where I am, I've got full sight, and I'm just gonna wave y'all on.
Keep going. You still holding your attack action?
Yes.
Okay.
I am covering the retreat. That is my role right now.
Okay. I'm gonna put these on the roof of that middle building.
Let me get something that we can use to put them.
I can do like this. They'll balance.
No, with those minis, we're
Don't
putting
risk
some.
it.
With those minis, we're going to use something a little bit more
Stable.
sturdy, because
They're not.
Hi Games Workshop. Do you want to make minis that are pretty, or do you want to make games that are stable?
No.
So they pick one. So
How far toward the edge of the roof?
They're just coming into your view. It's like they're crawling over the roof, and you spot each other about the same time. So if you want to go ahead and make your held actions.
Technically, the way I'm doing this is they're both on this. I have both arrows on the bow at once, so I can only have one target. But I'll pick this guy over here, and
Which one?
Well, boy.
Are they
Okay.
within 60 feet?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Attack number 1 is going to be 21.
That'll hit.
Attack number 2 is going to be 13.
That misses.
You got Bardic Inspiration.
I do have that. That 13 would instead be a 15.
That hits.
Alright, and then that the target must give a Constitution saving throw against my spell save DC, or take thunder damage because of that denote a potential creation bar.
Also,
Have a
does
suddenly
does
explosive
21
arrow.
hit DM?
21 hits. Okay, it fails its con save.
Okay.
So we're level 5. We don't level up on cantrips yet, do we? That's level 6.
Yeah. So how much?
No, level 5 you should get the upcast from the scale up.
How much did you roll on the Bardic Inspiration?
It was a 2.
Okay, so it takes 2 thunder.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking for dice.
2?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I can hold a bonus action, so it's not marked yet. But
Hello. Fury.
It's LeBlanc. It's Fury and Lock, or Lock from Final Fantasy 2.
I'm gonna use my Piercer feat and re-roll one of those. There we
Okay.
go. Alright, so 17 total damage across both hits.
Okay.
Oh, you are correct. It levels up at 5th. So that is.
19.
Oh, nice.
4 cold damage DM, and they have disadvantage on their next attack.
20.
That's this one, the closest one.
The club.
So we shot at different ones.
Mm-hmm.
I went with the one that was closest because it looks like it's more 60 feet to me than the other one.
How much damage did you do?
Me?
Yeah.
4 cold, but it's the big thing is it has disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stick you there, phone.
Alright. So they will take their turns now. So I'm starting with the one with disadvantage. He is going to puke at Leona.
How far can they puke?
30 feet. I think that's 30 feet.
So 1, 2,
I think it's 30 feet.
3, 4, 5, 6 would be here.
I need to
Is
just,
that right?
Yeah.
Because
I
he's
just-
like right here.
I'm eventually just gonna keep a tape measure.
Could we not use the thing? It has a line on it, does it not?
It does not, but this is a 20-foot radius So,
It's a 15-foot radius. So,
30-foot diameter.
Yeah,
Or 20-foot
so-
diameter.
so
'cause
we can use it as a straight. I don't know. Yeah, it's coming up shy
No.
where my thumb is here.
Well, let's move him to the corner of the house. But he
Okay.
misses anyway.
Okay.
He misses. The other one that you shot is going to hop down and charge at you.
They have slow fall or something? He ain't gonna take no damage on the jump?
You just see him kind of spider climb down.
Oh Lord.
It is
How much
unnerving.
movement?
He'll make it to you, but he won't be able to attack.
Okay.
So you get some creepy ring shit.
As he literally just head first goes over
Yeah.
and climbs down, and he scampers across the ground, still on all fours.
Nice.
Earl, you're up.
Alright. We do not have adjustable heights on these, so if I was flying, I said I flew about, 15 feet up?
Yeah.
I'm going to keep the same kind of trajectory to get over to about. So I'm going to move my movement diagonally.
Okay.
So that puts me.
Right about here-ish, and another 10 to 15 feet up.
Yeah, I will say another 10 up. I'm going to do that because by this point I'm well above the roofs, right?
Yes.
Um,
Go ahead and give me perception.
all right, Earl.
25 feet up.
Oh, we are staying on brand, Earl. 9. I'm not noticing. Shit.
Okay.
It's okay.
Figured. But Earl's gonna look around, and so I'm 25 feet up from the rest of them, which means I'm probably 10 or so feet above the roofs of the houses.
Give or take.
I'm going to look back
Mm-hmm.
and give me an int save from the one that's in front of Shadow.
Okay. That's 20.
Ooh.
It'll save, so yeah, it's just a cantrip. So Mind Sliver doesn't do anything. Tried.
Or
That's Earl's turn. He doesn't have a.
Over to you, Leona.
Alright, and then she is going to pull out her short bow and basically shoot at the one in front of Shadow. That should hit a 21.
That'll hit.
Alright, and then I get to add sneak attack. Yay.
Yeah.
So that's going to be. So it's going to be 13 piercing, 5 radiant.
For 18.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then that she is just going to keep her level feet where she is, and then just move, just kind of like straight over, with just
30?
yeah, 30.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts you like kind of right here.
Yeah, then that's fine. That's where I would like to be.
You have to be a little loosey goosey with how big the shot
Right.
glasses are.
And then that Leona is at a lower height.
Yep,
than-
got you. Yep, got your height. Your elevation trackers.
Alright. And then that ends my. No, it doesn't. Bonus action going to be like, I think that you got this. And then bardic inspiration. So I got 2 left, and end of my turn.
Okay. Shadow.
Okay. Dude's right here in front of me, and I'm not giving up my bow. So I guess I'm gonna do a This is weird because it looks like there's obstacles, but it's just empty space. I'm going to do like a fading run thing and making shots at him as I go. So I'll take the attack of opportunity.
Okay.
But I'm moving
He misses.
5, 6 would put me here. But I held still previously, so I'm going to do my 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and shooting as I run for 2 shots on him. And Hunter's marking him. Now that I've got my bonus action.
Kitty
So-
cat got the zoomies.
18 on Zumi shoot 1, and 15 on the other.
Are you just like firing at both out of them at the same time, or do you want to break it up?
Two shots.
Okay. So 18 hits. What was your second attack?
15.
Okay, that hits.
And with the
What's your
Hunter's
minimum damage?
min damage,
Mhm.
hang on, I have this written down somewhere. Min damage would be 8 on 1 hit.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
Cool.
That's
Shoot
what I
him
thought
through
it
the
was.
eye. Shoot him through the eye and make it go away.
Alright, so yeah, as you are running, he swings at you, and you just kind of turn, pull back the string, and loose an arrow, and it just through the eyeball, and he kind of ragdolls a bit from the force of your arrow.
Okay.
Oh no, that was a shop owner.
With the, do you want me to re-roll the other shot so it's fair?
You're shooting at the other guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. That'll just be here and here. I'm gonna re-roll that one. Get a little more out of it. 13.
Okay. Okay. So how far from the roof are you, Leona?
Where'd the
Probably
circle go?
within range. I'm gonna say, yeah, that's probably within range.
Okay. Within range, so within 30
Definitely
feet?
within 30 feet.
Okay. So,
Earl's also right on the cusp of 30.
But he's up.
No, I'm up 20.
Oh yeah, fair.
So put one of these coming out between the two houses and one coming out on the far side.
Okay.
Between these two houses?
No, the blue one and the gray one. Kind of the alley.
Right here.
Yeah. And then the other one on the far side of the blue house.
I can't see.
Yeah. And you have... No, just this side. They're down, these two are down the road from
Okay.
you guys.
Okay. But this one's down.
Yeah, that one's down. Let me think what I need to roll to make this happen. Would be a grapple check, wouldn't it?
For what?
It's gonna jump off the building and grab you, Leona.
Okay. Gotta roll at disadvantage, so I get to use my acrobatics versus its athletics.
Now would it be a save on her count rather than just a straight check?
Yeah,
It's-
how would you do?
Okay, so this is a grapple.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's first off, you guys see if it hits her. If it does, then you got to have a competing athletics acrobatics
Mm-hmm.
to see, because there's always a chance that
Misses.
it whiffs.
Okay.
Now, if we switch to using D&D 1, completely different set of rules of that I got to review, because I've seen several people's interpretations. None of them are 100%
Fair
the same, and I'm like, yeah.
Just stick with what we know.
Alright.
I've already used I've already done the disadvantage attack, unless there's something else imposing disadvantage.
No.
Okay, so
no.
did it puke acid?
No.
Yeah.
Not this turn. That
Okay.
was previous
Not this,
turn.
that was
Okay.
previous turn.
And
So
that
that
was where I
disadvantage
took a
has
disadvantage.
resolved, and
Yeah.
it's straight now.
So okay, just making sure.
Yeah, round tracking is difficult.
17.
That is barely over. It hit. So now we do the contested check. And I have disadvantage
So,
because of exhaustion.
Athletics plus 30. That's a
13.
natural 20.
Alright. That works.
Okay, now we have to read the fun fact of grappled.
No, all grapple does is means that the
Your
target
speed becomes 0.
gets 0 speed, but you're grappled in mid-air, which means that's probably going to be something like a strength check here to avoid
Plummeting.
falling, because she's unsupported except by her own wing strength.
Right. That's
Also, she
fair.
has the weight of a whole ass ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, I'm already tired. So,
But even if you're falling, you're only falling 10 feet, which at most is a d6 damage.
yeah.
And you could spin so that you make them use the ghoul. It's like, hold on, just gonna
So what
twist
do I
and
need
make
to
the
do,
ghoul the
DM?
pillow.
Well, we will wait till your turn to resolve this.
Okay.
But basically what's happening is this one's with her.
Yeah. It's jumped off the roof and grabbed onto you.
Okay.
It's not letting the food escape. So, as this fight is going on, you'll notice that there's some at the end of the street where it all came in at, charging at you.
Which are those?
Yeah, and you've seen two more kind of come out of the alleyways. It seems like they spotted Earl as he was flying up higher above the rooftops.
Yeah.
And now that they've made it to the road, they're also spotting you.
This makes sense. Doesn't make it any better, but it makes sense.
So
Well, so Leona.
Wait, what about Earl? Earl didn't go yet.
Oh, shoot, you're right.
After ghouls.
Yeah.
Earl, you're up.
alright. Earl's gonna see that. Go, alright. Hooty hoop, just no, going to
Fuck that shit out mouth.
going to shoot the one that is on. Man, I wish I could use that one, but that would hurt you. That's a bad one.
Like.
I'll look
Everybody, no, no. It's I'm gonna.
I can try that.
Where are my spell
Ooh.
slots?
I can definitely
Okay,
try
so
that.
Who's got sapping sting?
I
Not
can
me.
definitely
I'm going. Or Earl's going to cast Scorching Ray at the one that's on Leona. So let's see how y'all do.
Okay.
That's a 15 plus 8, so that's 23.
Alright, that hits.
All right, I'm going to do these each individually
Okay.
Okay.
because this one is the one I frostbit before, right?
Yep.
5 fire damage. It's still up. I'm assuming.
Yep.
16.
16 hits.
3 fire damage.
Okay.
Oh, that.
Dirty 20.
That hits. Wait, no, that misses. No, it hits.
Oh, 8 fire damage.
Okay. It's not looking good, but it's still on Leona.
Okay.
So then Earl.
Okay. But this,
Okay, so I'm gonna look over at Shadow, who I'm saying I know has noticed this.
Yep.
Those?
Earl's gonna turn around, like, is gonna look down the road, notice those for the first time.
Can I only have 60 feet of dark vision, but you said there was a little bit of light. Can I
Yeah.
see those?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay.
And even if you don't make it out completely, you pick up on the movement that something else is
Okay.
coming from the roadway.
And with passive 17, I know that I've also got catty cornered over here.
Yeah.
So this one, all right. Earl's gonna look at Shadow, waiting to see what's the call because Earl's gonna move,
Okay.
but he does not want to leave Leona. So Earl's gonna go.
We either make our stand here or we keep running. Flying.
Right, and points at the angel that has been leapt upon by the most terribles and might be going down.
If she falls, we make our stand here on the roofs. I can get on the roof. I can climb.
So Earl's gonna go another 5 feet up, putting him at 30. Because at the moment, distance is this boy's friend. And gonna move 10 feet. So that's right about there.
Okay.
So that we can,
Kick him in the face, Leona.
how does the one that was on Leona look rough?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got it. I think I got
Does
this.
he smell like bad sizzling bacon?
I think I
Yes.
got this.
Rotten bad sizzling bacon.
Ugh. Don't ruin bacon for me. Come on.
So bacon at a McDonald's, got it.
Oh.
Okay.
Leona.
That basically just going to get uncomfortably close to this thing and just whisper at it. Oh, that you're trying to get you a little pecan chip. Well, then that you know that you have no mother. And give me a wisdom save, please.
Did you just accuse the undead creature of being thirsty?
Yeah, it fails.
The horny
What
bard
did you
trope
get?
turned on
2.
its head.
No, that this is dissonant whispers.
Oh God, horny undead.
So that you are going to take a grand
Straw.
total
Straw.
of
Strahd.
9 psychic and 5 radiant, so 14 total.
Okay, so what does that do?
Dissonant whispers. When on a fail save, creature takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far as its speed A allows away from you. The creature doesn't move into obviously danger ground, such as fire or a pit.
But it has to
So
move away
when-
from you.
So it
Yes.
wouldn't let go, because letting go moves it.
It just jumped like
It doesn't
25
even-
feet, though. It's not going to take much. It's not going to see
It
falling
could,
10
you know what?
feet
I
as
think it would.
danger.
I think it would swing her around and then leap off of her back onto her roof. Some Cirque du Soleil stuff.
That would be some acrobatics check or some shit.
I was just interested to see what you guys have to say about it since it's up in the air.
I would
Because it doesn't even get to that point.
I would probably
What does the damage do to this creature?
psychic damage.
Yeah.
It's just
I'm asking you what happens.
that it is dead.
Does it get a gander and its head explodes?
Well, then it just basically that Leona's just eyes just go very, very bright, and then as that she is just whispering to this thing that just like, I would just say that it just has an eardrum rupture that goes into its brain, and then it just has like bleeding from just all orifices and just drops.
Okay.
That was a bit extreme.
It drops like a sack of potatoes onto the ground.
This is why we ask consent.
And then that
Very.
she is flying her movement towards Shadow, 30 feet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And bonus action, going to use up her next to last inspiration on Shadow. Are you good down there?
We'll see in about 3 seconds.
I got a feeling all the cat hair is poofed right now. Like we thought Shadow was.
I am no longer sleek and velvet. I am.
And that is her turn.
There's like 4 inches of fur sticking out of her. Where were you hiding all that?
Under the scale mail.
Shadow.
Alright, I did my super move before, so I'm only gonna move.
You could dash.
Mm-mm. I'm moving just 30 feet this way, and I'm gonna take both shots here to see if I can
Okay.
keep it from.
No, I just heard. I thought something. I was like, "Why am I hearing snoring?" And I looked down at Spence, and I was like, "No, he's not asleep."
So shot number 1 is going to be 16 to hit,
Yeah, that'll hit.
and shot number 2 is that's pretty. 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
Thank you. Will bonus action move my hunter's mark over so I get the extras, and all that damage on one guy. Woo! I'm gonna re-roll this one. That was even worse. I fucked up. 14 and 12 is 26.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I maxed out my decks, man. Let me do the things.
Yeah, you popped him good. You got popped. Is that your turn?
Action, bonus action. He's got the hunter's marker. Yeah.
Okay. That dude you just shot's gonna get in your face.
Of course he is. Can you move him? I can't see.
Okay, so then.
He's gonna make his attack roll.
Hey, we're actually. I was afraid it wasn't on screen, but now it's not.
It's 19.
Yes, that matches.
Okay. And his other 2 attacks also miss. So make 9 damage.
Honestly, this is the first time that I've been hit since we started this encounter
that's-
last session.
9 damage as he manages to bite you. Bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bad guy.
Make a
got-
dex save.
has a
Okay,
bonus
now
action.
inspiration I can add.
You can
Yeah,
add
inspo if I
the
need to,
inspo.
right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm not trusting my dice. I'm gonna go ahead and add it. So dex savey. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. That's a grand total of 17.
Okay. Pass. So you'll take 5
And-
acid damage as this thing vomits on you.
And you also get 8 points of temporary HP.
Does the damage come out of the temp, or does it add on the?
It doesn't say that you you immediately gain that if that you use the bardic inspiration, so then that you will already have that 8 points of temporary HP. Because that you have rolled a 3 plus my mod, it's
Yeah.
5, so it's 8.
So that the acid damage that triggered me using the inspo, is that going to come out of my straight hit points, or are you going to allow it to come out of the temp?
Comes out of the town.
Okay. So
Order of operations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so 9 normal damage, and then I have 3 temp HPs left out of the 8.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm cool with that. Again, that's the first time I've been hit since we started this
Creation
combat.
Bard is kind of nice on these inspirations.
So
Not as good as Twilight Cleric.
the one between the 2 buildings is going to move forward 10 feet towards Leona. How high up
I'm gonna
are you?
go ahead
I'm
and move.
15 feet up.
I'm going
Okay.
to move this over here.
Earl, how high up are you?
30.
How far is it moving?
10 feet towards Leona.
2.
And bonus action, it's going to vomit.
Okay.
Dex save.
Okay.
Damn it, this, I just moved the notepad out of the way. Ah, no, the house.
Oh my god. Dex
This
save,
is what I
that's
was
a
taking
12.
notes with Phil on before Phil stopped taking
Yeah.
notes.
Okay, so you take 6 acid damage
Okay.
as it vomits at you, and then it will move 20 feet towards you, Shadow.
1, 2, 6, math is 4.
How rude. Just runs out of an alleyway, vomits at you, runs towards your friend, like, holla. This is like,
I don't think he's got enough ups to jump 15 feet up and grapple.
Not enough ups.
running around like a drunk frat boy on Bourbon Street in February here.
Oh god.
So those 2 move a bit closer.
Bum ba lum bum
Here-ish?
ba lum bum.
Or
Not quite.
Hereish?
Yeah,
Bum ba lum bum ba lum bum.
they have more friends.
Okay.
Of course they do.
Lord.
Bum ba lum bum ba lum bum ba
They
lum
kind
bum
of-
bum bum ba lum bum 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 bum.
It's like they're kind of communicating. They know there's prey.
Everybody's realizing dinner's served. Meat's back on the menu. I was just watching all the extended releases last couple of weeks. in anticipation of watching Rings of Power, because my sister says it's great, and she's the Tolkien fan, so.
I want to watch it. I just have not made time for it.
Me either yet.
I laugh. Okay, here's the deal. I complain about Game of Thrones, but I still fully enjoy the fact that I watched it. I have an issue with writing on it, but here's the deal. Anytime someone starts about, well, the mountain wasn't really 8 feet tall. It's like, wait, where are you going to find it? They could have photoshopped him. They could have literally done a bad Photoshop of half Thor and just had him go boom, 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 boom in the series, which I would have laughed at. But like everybody freaking out about some of the stuff that's different. And
Well, apparently everybody's getting freaked out about some of the hobbits are black or something.
Yeah.
And
the
some-
hobbits are
and-
Barfoots.
And that's the thing is
But they could've
somebody
used
pulled it
Easterlings.
out.
Well, the issue
Yeah.
is they could have used Easterlings, which were more of a Middle Eastern, African
Right.
Yeah.
race.
I mean, it's one of those when people start freaking out. I'm like, okay, you know what?
I'm just upset they have a beardless dwarf.
That's the kicker for me. Is like
Why
is she? No, it's
Why
a
doesn't
she.
she
Oh,
have a
it's a
beard.
And that was the whole point. Is like it's
We've
the
seen
beards.
female dwarves in the original series, and she had a beard too.
Now, here's the reason, is because this is meant to get as many normies in
Yeah.
to watch it and generate as much money as possible. Therefore, having a bearded woman.
Sorry, we're hijacking your.
Sorry,
we're
I'm saying
hijacking
is
your-
them saying
We
we're not.
really shouldn't get into this.
I'm just saying. I'm
Save it
not
for a bonus roundtable.
not
Yes.
saying it's good. Not saying it's bad. I understand why they did it, and it's to quote Mr. Krabs.
Money.
Money.
I see. I thoroughly disagree. I think the Lord of the Rings title alone would have been enough.
Yeah.
And you could have done whatever you wanted with it.
Right.
Instead, you've gone with the beardless dwarf, which has upset a lot of people that love Tolkien. And so
Yeah.
they're just like, you're not respecting his writings with this. But let's not get into it. This is not the
his
place.
estate signed off on it. Like that's
Earl.
the thing is his estate signed off on it.
Earl's sitting here reading Lord of the Rings currently.
Does this really happen? All right.
Where are the bearded dwarf ladies? I must see
Hold
them.
on, I got mostly an endemic memory. I gotta get to page 2,585. Yeah, actually, it's endemic sound. I don't have a great memory. That's a
Alright.
copyrighted thing. Anyway, so
Leona.
No, it's on Earl.
Earl is
Right.
going to move.
I just need to take an hour out.
15, 20, 25, 30. So we're gonna get there. Okay. Give me a second to read a spell that I've had people use a bunch.
Okay.
Therefore, I should have it memorized. But
Is it what I think it is?
I don't have it memorized.
What is it?
I don't have the distance on what's the dex save required for fucking ice knife.
Oh.
It's a 10-foot rad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that doesn't help me to get both of them. And if I fire it over the one in front of you, it's
I
gonna.
think it's a 10-foot rad.
Well, I mean, no matter what, if I hit this one, it's not getting to either one of you, which doesn't help you. And if I drop it on him in front of you,
But next round, I was gonna move up shot, shoot, and arrow. Get to add sneak attack, and then plus the radiant damage.
Alright, ice knife is as we're loading. Sorry, we're loading.
it's too far of a distance.
It's only it's only a 5-foot radius.
Yeah. So
You create a shard of ice and fling it at one creature within range spell attack. On a hit, target takes a D10 piercing damage, but they hit or miss the shard that explodes, and each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dex save.
okay.
So you could still do it, and you're running evocation wizard, right?
No, I'm running lore. I'm the joke about Earl being a lore wizard is that lore wizards are an unearthed arcana school. That's why he keeps mentioning he is an unaccredited wizard. So what I can do is I can change the damage type, or I can change the save type.
It's a precursor to Order of Scribes.
Yeah, this is eventually got reworked into that. However, when you get to like level 15, you get to do some kooky shit with this.
We have a fairy wizard playing with us in a Tuesday night game who's in Order of Scribes, and it's super fun. Because he just keeps throwing around fireballs and turns them into necroids, and it's wonderful. I love it.
Okay, I'm 30 feet up.
Correct.
Correct.
So
You're going to want to look for anything within a range of about 60 feet. You're not going to hit anything with a range of 30.
Well, I mean, literally, I got
Let's stretch
Si-
it while you.
I got 60 feet on frostbite and mind sliver.
Mind sliver is always a good thing to do.
Yeah, but they rolled a 20 on a fucking intelligence.
The one that's in my face, I believe, has taken more damage. The one that's running at me hasn't.
Okay, so
So if you want to kill the one,
I want to do that so you can book it. So I'm going to
Yeah,
frostbite. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, which one?
The one in front of
in my
Leona.
face.
That gives it disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
And that is 7 cold damage.
Okay.
So that is Earl 30 feet in the air, shooting ice rays, still holding a jar that if he has to drop, he will.
At this point, I think you can almost eat it back this way.
Leona?
That's it. Well, it is
Okay,
Dex, and
let's
Earl has
see.
not terrible Dex.
Let's see that. Okay, then that guy is still probably munching on his
he's got
friend.
16 in Dex.
I'm gonna just look up one thing.
You were hiding. You don't do that.
Cause I'm looking at the wrong spell list. Oh wait, I'm still in first level. Okay, I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so she's going to move up. She's going to move up 30,
Tasty bird.
about right there,
Owls are not tasty.
and basically going to take a
To
pot
you?
shot at the one at Shadow.
Alright. Cool.
Okay,
Yes, please.
that is going to be a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that's going to only be.
I like the quack noise.
So then that is only going to be
Wait for the newest race from D&D.
8,
Just arrow
9
over flavor
piercing
of the duck.
and 5
No,
radiant.
it's the Howard the Ducks.
Okay. How do you do that?
Basically
Got
going to
carriers.
basically do, since that Shadow shot one of them up in the left eye, Leona is going to shoot this one up in its right eye. And then it's just going to go down in
Okay.
front.
Goes down.
Down with your crazy scythe, bro.
And then
Sorry,
that
wait.
bonus
That's actually
action.
a candelabra.
Oh, whatever. Put it away.
I'm just going to pass it over there.
Well, the other one's still on the.
On the
Oh,
ground.
those are.
These are fragile, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I'm saying, is that I've glued the fire back on.
Oh, gotcha.
Here, take the other.
The others.
Wait, what? No.
Alright.
No.
I don't think that you can bardic inspire yourself. I don't think.
No.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why you gotta have 2 bards in the party. So
All right,
you
You
can
have to do that. You have to inspire yourself in private.
That
Well,
already
going
did.
to use up my last one basically on Shadow.
Oh, look at me! I'm blessed.
Yes,
That
and then
means
that
I'm
is my
blessed.
We
turn.
both have 2 little shiny silver dragons around us.
You still haven't used yours?
Hey,
Damn.
listen. Hey, listen. Fuck him up. Come on, buddy.
No, that all it is just I forgot the dude name I was just listening to from Peaky Blinders. That guy's voice.
I don't know
Hey there, lad. You're gonna fuck him up. Set him on fire. Burn him. Stab him. Cut him up. Put him in a stew.
All right, and that's the
So-
end of the
Smash them,
turn.
bash them, stick them in a stew.
that. How far are we from the edge of town at this point?
We are 3 houses down the road.
It
You
wasn't
got
a large town though, so like, because we're running out of map space, so I'm trying to figure out do we need to like
you've
shuttle?
got a little bit of ways, a little bit. Not gonna put it in numbers. However, you feel like if you can break away from the guys that are in your face, if you're quick enough at dealing with them, you can stay far enough ahead of the mob that is now forming where y'all came out, that you can hit the woods and possibly lose them there. However, the number of ghouls coming out is growing.
Okay. I would have to stand completely still again to regain my double move.
Just.
Yeah.
We more than likely will as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, I'll dash action and book it.
Okay.
As low to ground and booking it as booking it can.
Fair.
Puffed up tail, the only thing that's left of me after I disappear in the shadows.
You just leave a poof of cat-shaped fur.
I do the Looney Tunes. Boom!
That is useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll dash action and book it.
Okay.
You get to honestly maybe cast a shadow on something?
Oh.
No.
Alright.
Yay.
Oh boy. So that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So how far can you move?
60-ish.
Yeah, I've got 30 feet of movement. If I'm dash actioning, that's 60.
Okay, so Leona hasn't moved.
You're still only 15 feet in the air, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. You are how far? 30?
30.
Alright. Leona. The
Okay.
deck save. As he has recharged his vomit.
Earl has been vomited
Okay.
on twice at
That's
point
a-
blank
that
range.
is a
He doesn't
unnatural
want
20.
that happening
Okay.
again. He has one set of
You
clothes.
take 4 damage.
Okay.
It's not bad.
And this guy will use dash action. 60 feet.
So basically, just move me back to where I was, because we're literally like the same distance. No, he's
Yes.
not catching me up all the way. He's
still about 20 feet behind
no,
you.
he was like here, I was like here, and if he dashes, then literally we're like the same distance, and so it's like y'all are a little bit farther behind. So just what are we
It is
doing?
fine.
Just
It's
leave
fine.
it there. There is a larger gap here, size not to scale.
Size
It's
not to
fine.
scale.
Put these 2 boys coming out between the greenhouse and the gray house, and then move all
Over
of
here?
them onto the map.
Oh my
We had to
goodness.
get one clip out of this.
Hey, are y'all behaving over there?
I am nothing but a well-behaved individual. The character is. Hewitt, on the other hand.
Okay.
Hey,
Alright. Earl.
Earl is going to dash, which would, I guess,
put you like right there with me, yeah, or
Yeah.
something like that.
I mean, that's action
Yeah. Alright.
movement. I'm a wizard. I don't got bonus actions.
Over to you, Leona.
Alright, and bonus action. I mean, no, wait, not bonus action. She's gonna dash as well. So 60.
Okay.
And that's it.
Are y'all going to just continue to dash with this one behind you and worry about it later?
If we slow down, he'll have friends. Right now, he ain't catching up.
That is true.
So it's over to you, Shadow.
So how far are the others behind us?
They're about 2 to 3 houses behind you.
The rest of the zombies are us.
The rest of the zombies.
Okay.
So this guy is about 20 feet behind, and he's kind of keeping pace.
Because you can't do zoomies again yet.
I mean, too bad that the keg of gunpowder is out of my gold range to make.
Fluffernutter.
And then you cast fireball plus that, big kaboom.
Have we seen what the road looks like beyond the clear cut where Leona and them were harvesting wood? Like, was it still the same, like, wide mountain road, or was it
No,
really
it
more windy? Did it
kind
go
of
into the
narrows.
trees?
You see it going kind of into the woods, a bit narrow, not
Okay.
super well beaten, but well enough that you could probably follow it.
I would like to dash My plan is, if we get to where the road gets into the trees and he's still on our tails and hasn't turned around, then I'm climbing a tree as soon as possible and attempting to potshot him down.
Okay.
So, but for now, I'm trying to outdistance him.
Okay. So, are the rest of you going to follow suit?
Yes.
So you do manage to stay ahead. Every once a little bit, he kind of catches up and falls back. He's trying to keep pace, just he's not consistent. You'll make it around the bend, past the clearing of wood, and into the forest. As soon as you turn back and you see him hit the edge of the forest, and he immediately stops and he starts making the this same scream that you heard the other one make. And he'll kind of charge forward and back up. Like, just as soon as he even touches the shadow of the forest, he backs up quickly.
As bad as that seems, good!
At this point, I'm pretty sure that we've
This
been
does
dashing. That Leona is just going to slowly, like, reduce her speed until that 10 round is up. And then she turns back into normal because it only lasts for a minute.
Okay. So we can take all those fellers off the board. So y'all have made it into the forest. Will you continue going deeper?
Mm-hmm.
No, we're just going to build a little shop.
I feel like we need to still be putting some distance,
Okay.
but slowing down to not full pelting through here anymore.
Right.
But
Ow. Tree branch. Ow.
I
Tree branch.
wanna be looking for any kind of
So you're looking for a place to stop and kind of catch your
potentially defensible locations.
So, as you get further and further into the woods, it's
Quiet. Too quiet.
yes
Oh,
and
that
no.
one's heavy. Oh, he's heavy too.
Primeval forest is the way to describe it. There's a lot of big trees. There's a lot of overgrowth, a lot of old growth. It's like this forest has never been touched by humanoid hands, and it gets that way very quickly.
Treebeard's forest. Got it. Don't
Yeah.
mess with the trees.
Yeah, that's a good way to sum it up.
Until we see the random oozoids that have axes, like, huh.
So I need everybody to roll me a d20 and tell me if it's odd or even.
Oh,
Odd.
odd.
Okay. So
Were you not prepared for that?
What it's for. DM brain is working overtime. Like, what is he doing with this? What is he doing with it?
well, I'm letting you pick your own fates.
Oh.
So you
Chasm. Ground falls away. We die. You know
nah,
how it works.
Nah.
nah.
Ground falls away. I'm just doing
The sky falls away.
Oh,
Well,
that
it already
was
did that.
unexpected.
I think it already did that though.
Ground falls to you.
Oh.
So you're going into the forest. It's getting harder and harder to kind of move. The trail gets harder to follow. You're having to climb over fallen trees. They're kind of slippery, mossy. But you do find a little section. You can kind of corner up on it. You've got, kind of two trees that are laid over each other. Some you can put your back to, and they're nuzzled between a couple of larger trees. You can see that a while back something went through here and disturbed kind of the undergrowth. It might have bed down here, some animal of some sort of medium or large size. Hard to tell. But it does seem like a relatively defensible position.
Is this where you think we can bed down?
Probably for the best.
I'm going to be honest. I need to rest at some point.
Yes.
Also, I gotta ask y'all, since y'all had the casserole, did it taste rich?
It was delicious.
It tasted a bit.
Until it wasn't.
It had tasted a bit raw.
I mean,
Was
I
it?
like raw. I don't like raw.
Would you say it was noble in flavor?
Why?
Fuck no, it wasn't.
I'm just trying to figure out whether or not y'all ate R&D Chevalier.
I don't think there's a way to tell that. Human all taste the same. Clip that. That was amazing. Human all taste the same. Oh god.
Dewey was asleep. He's like, you move.
I'm trying not to move, bro.
No, he's looking at me like, Dad, you moved.
I mean,
I have warm puppy butt against my butt, and it's adorable.
Oh, best thing is when I had a migraine last week,
Well-
he got in bed with me and snuggled right in the small of my back, and I'm like, I'm good.
well
Grape
then
juice
that
kills migraines.
It
if
does not help me,
well,
unfortunately.
if I may suggest that, I would much rather take last watch, if that's possible, so I can try to rest as much as I can.
I can take first watch.
I will watch with you, then you get some sleep, and I will wake you toward the morning.
Okay. And if anything happens, then that Leona just basically quietly sings and hums, and then there it's like that. It is basically essentially a loud bell that just it's not that it is not making noise. If that you hear anything, ring this, and then that'll wake us up.
Gonna put it on a log where it's visible. Hello? Hello?
Lily, is that you?
Yeah, where is our gothic Tinkerbell? Anybody seen her?
So as you're sleeping, you do hear this kind of sound continuously. It's close enough, not exactly the one I was hoping for.
Fucking bobcats.
It is like a bobcat.
Singing the song of my people?
Every time it goes off Earl's eyebrow.
They're coming for you.
At some point, while you guys are on, it's just throughout the night. It's coming from kind of different locations here and there. So you have this natural kind of inkling to go, this is just a wild animal, this is what they do. But every once in a while, it's jarring because you swear it sounds like a woman screaming for help.
Ah, Puma.
Such a big cat makes such a little noise.
It's the little ones. They're out practicing their hunting.
But for your rest, it's about 5 hours till morning at this point. Spent a little while in the town, a little while running, then more time just moving through the forest till you found this spot or found a spot that you felt kind of safe and far enough away.
Okay, if we've only got roughly 5 hours to sunrise, then what I'm going to suggest before she goes to sleep, before we sit down for watch, me and Earl, I'm going to say, you should probably also sleep as well. That way you regain as much as possible. Since we don't have Nour with us anymore, having access to the both of your spells is essential.
It is, but we're going to be bedding down here for a minute, and I don't feel right putting you on watch by yourself 2 shifts.
It's not that, it's a matter of we need you at full capacity, and all I have to do is still run my bow.
If you're certain.
I'm not certain, but I think it's the best option. There's not really a perfect option here, but that seems to be the best option. You rest, get the full benefits. Leona gets full benefits. Perhaps by the next time we need to rest, we'll be back somewhere safe. on watch, I'm not doing anything but taking a short rest, which gives me absolutely no benefits except potentially hit dice.
Okay.
So if you want to throw exhaustion on me, that I understand.
You gotta roll.
I'll be right back.
He's going to get my demise. It's nice knowing y'all.
Hopefully it's not a massive fart that
This
runs down the
is-
hallway.
Past 10 minutes. Yours is past 10
Yeah.
minutes. I thought you were going to go, whoo.
Well,
No,
when you're
he's going.
gone, I can make this trash run.
You're silly little bit.
Let's see, tomorrow is pick
Labor
up
Day.
Vincent.
I'm off tomorrow.
Go pick up Vincent
Ooh.
and mow a yard. And then Emily works most of the day.
So is her vehicle not working?
Hmm?
That's why you have to go pick her up?
No, we went shopping this morning and then we went to my uncle's to pick up the chair, and by the time we were coming back it was
You just kind of drop her around.
I had to drop her off and come back.
Because I was like, I know the vehicle's here. Is it not functional?
No,
I'm
it's
so confused.
it was scheduling conflict.
No worries.
Nothing
Garbage.
happens quickly in this house in the morning.
Bruh, I feel that.
I used to be a morning person.
I used to be able to get up and get moving in like 10
I'm
minutes.
starting to
Now,
go to
I'm
bed at
not
like
functional
8:30
before, like,
and I
11.
hate it. I hate going to bed at like 8.
I could not fall asleep before 11:30 at night,
Ooh.
and then I got to be up by at least
12:30.
At least by 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm up.
Damn.
Kyle's over like I can sleep till 6:30. Get up and roll into the office. Then be hit by the waves of bullshit that come through the email system.
Yeah.
This could have been an email, except it shouldn't have been an email. It should just not exist.
No, it's more of I can't get this to work, and Kyle goes over there and like fully
Boop.
plugs in the
Did
mouse.
you try
That-
plugging it in?
Or else,
Usually the
then did
issue
you
is
turn it
I
on?
want to know what the issue is.
You didn't plug it in.
No, you
No.
didn't tell me what the issue is. You just said computer and printer affected.
Not gonna lie, a lot of people
Locom pin.
like this is what's bad is he'll get something from the school I'm at, and then eventually he comes by my room and's like, "Hey, do you understand what they're trying to say?"
Translate, please.
Or one of my coworkers, Dr. Garb, you tell Kyle what's wrong with this because if I do, it's not going to make sense. I'm like, the fan on the back of the server stopped blowing, and then the whole internet in our building went out for about 5 minutes, and it sounded like a car backfiring inside the server.
Yeah.
Alright.
Kid reached around. She insists on sitting a kid near that server rack. So the kid reaches around, unplugs it, plugs it back in just so they don't have to do work.
Jackass.
ass hat.
The problem is where that server is in her room. There's literally no way for her not to stick kids by it with the size of the room.
The real question
Yeah.
is, why is there a server bank in a classroom?
Because when they put it in, that's where they put it.
They
Uh,
don't listen to us.
Well, her old room on the second floor used to be the technology cage. So, like, a 6 by 10 foot cage was in the back of that room years ago. with-
Welcome to the tech cage. No one makes it out alive. Okay, sorry.
But then she would be given 32 kids to sit in a class, literally have like a 60 square footish region of the room taken out.
No.
We've had to. Well, Carol's also an old school, so it was built back before they had all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with Neville, but Neville
Yeah.
puts at least in a better location.
Anyway, the shadow
was
is
double.
going
They
to
get what they
watch
want.
before we dox ourselves even more.
Yeah. Well. Anyways.
I am on watch. There are creepy animal, maybe not animal noises out there.
Yeah.
It's creepy. That's what they got.
I'm over there just going,
Ooh.
The cute little owl purrs. Yes, please.
Y'all do. It is outside of the noises and that you're hearing from the animals. It is very quiet, eerily quiet. Like
that's a
everything.
bad sign.
Do them temp HPs go away?
Yeah,
or
but that's
not?
10 HP go away.
Like you're pretty sure there are animals around, but it's like they all took mastery and stealth. You're not able to spot them at all.
If you live in the dark, creepy forest, you get used to and proficient at sneaking through the dark, creepy forest.
Yes.
So, I at least get the benefits of a short rest?
Yes.
Do they get full long rest?
Y'all are staying a whole 8 hours. It'll be what, 3 hours after sunrise.
If they're not waking up, I'm not waking them up if it seems like we're still safe.
Yeah.
Also,
Guys,
neither
we
one of us
need-
got our spells back.
Yeah.
We need them functional.
I'll let you guys stay there for 8 hours.
Okay.
Once the sun's up and everything,
Yay, goodbye, point of exhaustion.
since it's daylight, technically.
And I got all
You're
these
pretty-
of
so-
that.
With this forest, you couldn't tell because it was nighttime when y'all got in there. It was dark. You're pretty sure it's daytime. But the canopy of this place is thick. It is still dark.
Black Forest, Germany.
Yes. Very
Everybody
much
is
so.
good on light. Do we have light? Dark vision.
Dark
Dark vision.
vision.
Okay, we all have dark
Nour
vision.
was the only one that we left Nour to be
Oh.
eaten by those.
Wow.
She disappeared. That's on her. I am going to spend a hit die. Hey, that'll give me my full.
Nour's actually just gone back to living in that cave, butchering spiders.
This place is nice. Real nice.
I'm back to full health, but I get no spell regens. And I
Okay.
do believe that puts us at 24 hours after my good berries.
Yeah.
So those are nullified. I have exactly one spell slot left at each first and second level.
Okay.
And I'm saving them for saving the first one for Hunter's Mark. So Lord help me.
Oh, okay.
Are we still once it's a little bit after daylight and they seem well rested, I'm gonna wake them up. Do we seem like we're still on the path? Like I don't know if we really got off the path to get to this little hidey hole, but
You give me a perception.
okay.
Oof.
Can I use my passive?
Yeah.
17.
So you're retracing your steps last night. You spotted this just maybe 30 feet off the path. And you go and you're looking in the general area. And you cannot find it. It in fact doesn't even seem like you moved to this area.
Okay, so look out for rose bushes because we're fucked.
Did the woods eat the path?
Yes. It
So-
feels like we never left. You know what I mean?
This tracks. We may never left. We
You
may
know
never
that
left.
there's a body story the
the-
one time.
Other.
Oh,
where
it feels like we're
we
in the
gotta
woods at
go
the other place.
through some woods, up in just a certain order, and then we get out safely.
I just can. God. So the canopy was thick,
Mm-hmm.
but fuck it. I'm going to climb up and see if I can spot where the sun is, so we can at least attempt to track the tower
Okay.
by like compass direction. I got 30 feet of climbing with kitty cat claws,
Okay.
so I'm climbing a tree.
Are you gonna try and climb all the way to the top?
I'm trying to get to where I can spot what direction the sun is at, so that I can, because if we know the sun is coming up from here, then that means north is there, west is there, south is there, and we can hopefully
Okay.
trace to the tower, which was, if I'm not mistaken, northeast of town.
So it takes you a hot minute to climb a tree.
I mean, yeah.
It's a very big tree. And
Yeah.
you do manage to get past like the first and second layer of canopies. You can kind of start seeing daylight through it. It is somewhat early morning.
I know we're in the mountains, so like it might not even be over the mountains yet, but
It's light. The sun is obfuscated, but you can kind of tell that it is still morning, although not super early morning. You do manage to get your bearings. You also spot something else.
is the town on fire?
No.
Damn it.
You spot a small plume of smoke rising out of the forest. Not too long away. Too long of a distance away.
Scanning around, do I see the tower at all?
No.
Like
The-
overcast clouds.
Yeah. Oh, it's overcast clouds and, have them out there low.
Okay.
But
Right.
there's a visible plume of smoke.
Mm-hmm. It sticks
Can I-
out. It's dark. It's darker than the clouds.
I'm gonna
Can
cast message. What do you see up there?
There's a smoke plume. I can't see the tower and I can't see exactly where the sun is. The clouds are too dense. But there is a plume of smoke.
We're dealing with cumulonimbus that are really low.
Yes.
Are there any ghouls like on top of trees?
Are there? God, this is gonna suck.
Are they hang gliding in?
And then as soon as
They're
just
core. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You've got an elvish ghoul that's just sitting there posing on a single leaf of tree. It's like, I'm a leaf on the wind.
Spirit through the chest.
right.
Never say that line. It only is followed by death and an entire sad fan base.
Can I mark where the plume of smoke is so that as I'm climbing down the tree, I know what direction I saw it in?
Yeah, you're pretty good with your bearings. Like, as soon as you hit the ground, you can tell it's this way, thereabouts.
Would I be able to gauge distance before I climbed down? Like how far?
Not really.
Okay. Alright. I'll come back down to ground level. That way, plume of smoke. That's the only defining characteristic I could get.
I'd say this. The trees have this kind of oceanic effect,
Yeah.
where it's hard to tell distance of things.
No, that's valid. That's how it do.
But you do have a good bearing.
That
That way.
that while that you were up keeping us safe, did you hear sounds of like some animal that it has sounded very kind of feminine sometimes.
Yep, sneaky cat babies.
Mountain lion.
I mean,
Might
that
be.
now
I
that
mean,
we
it's
had thought
mountains.
about it, that
It'd be odder for it to be like.
that Lily
It's not
did,
otters.
say something
Otters
about
are
that
little
like that.
bullshits.
So that Lily
They're
did
adorable.
say something
They're
about
bullshits. So.
that Lily. That like
Yeah,
Lily.
Lily, where the fuck are you?
That Lily did say something about basically each time that somebody would try to kill her, she would just come back up into that form. You don't think that could have been her? Eh?
Do you think she's
You
on
think she
fire?
turned into a tiny cat? Or a mouse? Or what? What?
I don't know. It's just a hunch.
Are we going this way?
It's going to be a hunt.
Is it this way?
Yes, that way.
That
Where is
we are
that?
walking and talking.
Pointing.
This way.
Pointing. Go where I'm pointing. Look. 2 paws!
Double my hand. This way.
I mean, technically, it's not really paws. Like, I have hands, but like...
Nope. We've now made it to where you got those giant comical cat paw glove type hands.
Oh god, not that the ones from like Super Mario 3D World.
Yeah, totally.
So,
I was born to play Tabashi. Let's go.
you travel a while, it's a couple hours.
Okay.
And as you're getting close because there's like a layer of dark smoke that's kind of settled, permeated in the woods here.
Why is this familiar again? Oh yeah, this happened before.
Someone else set a rose bush on fire.
Perception checks.
Alright.
You know, I gave you expertise, and you're still a little bitch.
Oh yay. Okay.
There we go.
3.
Lord help me, 26.
26 as well.
All right, there's a were rose bush. Oh no.
Ew, lycanthropy with just
No.
photosynthesis.
You hear buzzing.
Okay. I'm gonna pause right here
Not
because
bees.
Neysa has a wasp phobia, so be careful with what you're doing here, bro.
The bees.
Because
Flies
I'm
at
gonna
the
walk.
bees.
I'm gonna walk away if it's wasps or hornets or yellow jackets or anything like that. I will walk away from the table. I ain't doing that.
What if it's bees?
I'm still a little wigged, but I will try.
Okay. Give me a moment. Let me
A
think.
whole colony of hell wasps falls from a tree.
No.
Dewey, we are sorry we are disturbing your rest. But this is like that the anti-Billy.
You know, I mean, I didn't think I would have to say that that's a hard pass for me with a Into the Woods subchapter cold hell. Like no ice wasps, no
Good
come on,
God.
man.
But I am just like reliving all of the Donkey Kong country.
I mean, if this was like
and
if it was
again.
like a jungle like adventure or something, I would have said something, but like we're in a frost land.
I mean that
It's not.
Donkey Kong country has
Ah.
it. Which why would an alligator want to steal a lot of bananas anyway?
Hey, bananas be
It want bananas
I don't know.
foster. I want bananas foster.
Princess and the Frog.
But,
How I know that's-
wait a minute, is that King K. Rool considered Cajun?
Huh? What? Huh?
Donkey Kong Country and Land is a game from Nintendo. Where basically that's the premise. Alligators steal bananas, and then it's just basically that you are playing monkeys to try to basically get
But
your bananas back.
But I thought Donkey Kong was not he's not a monkey. He's like a giant chimp or something.
He's a gorilla.
He is a gorilla.
Okay, so he's not a monkey. He's an ape.
Then Diddy Kong is
Is
a
the
chimp.
Yeah.
chimpanzee?
No, he's not even a chimpanzee. He got a tail.
Yeah. So that he's just straight up monkey.
Monkey man.
So what is a Dixie Kong then? I think she may be the chimpanzee then.
No, Dixie Kong is just a Bigfoot. I saw how they drew her. That is too human.
Oh god.
Like no lie. She got a curvaceous figure, and humans are the only primates that don't lose those when they're not dealing with young. So there's some weird experimentations going on there on the island of Dr. Giro done by Grandpa Kong.
Wow.
Who was the original Donkey Kong from the arcade game, fighting up against Mario Segale, also known as Mario Mario.
So you telling me Mario actually has a last name?
Mario.
Mario Mario.
Huh?
So Mario was first introduced in Donkey Kong, and he was trying to save his girlfriend. I think her name was Penelope.
No, Pauline.
It was a P name. And then apparently she dumped him, and he got high as fuck and ended up in the sewer kingdoms. Where he met,
Okay.
and then he met Princess Peach and had to save her from a weird turtle dragon.
Right.
And then goes on to not
To
want to date him.
yeah, and then that's how Bowsette got started, the greatest meme
Well,
ever in
that's
history.
why Daisy is the best Mario princess.
Daisy is just Peach's Waluigi.
That yeah,
She's the best.
because that
Okay.
she is from a different land. But anyway, yes, DM.
Alright, not bees.
It's humming
So-
spiders.
All right.
So instead of buzzing, you
Giant
hear
crickets.
more of just large groups of flapping.
I thought you were going to say clapping. It's like, we got to be careful. There's cheeks in these woods.
It's just like 5 thunderclaps. We're gonna fight.
We're gonna die.
That's just called
We'll
a...
be happy,
Okay,
but we'll
look, a group
die.
of thunderclaps is just called a thickness.
Anyway,
Yeah.
DM.
Yeah.
A
mhm.
thickness of claps. Hear them going through the woods.
DM. Anyway,
Thunderbolt comes down and strikes the owl.
Ooh,
Y'all
Barbecue
add
wings.
fried chicken to your
barbecue
inventories.
wings. You want a drumstick?
I'm
For
more of a
your
wing
music.
person.
Okay, so there are wings,
Yes.
and there's smoky smoke.
Yes.
Okay.
It does, however, seem like the flapping of wings is moving away?
Away.
Away where...
Right.
So you still have your bearings, and you know which direction you should probably be heading in. It is going away in the direction you know you should be going in. This smoke seems to be permeating kind of downwind, but up kind of northeast.
What does the smoke smell like? Because you know,
Burning
like
wood.
straight wood, no other
No
flavor in there.
There's you're kind of picking up like this hint of something oily, which would explain why it's black.
So, my suggestion is we follow at distance rather than attempt to circle where we might lose our bearing. Does that make sense?
We're just heading towards the fire, right?
Yes, but we try not to engage whatever the flap-flaps are.
Alright. That's fair. That's fair. There it is. TH. No, TH.
So give me survival checks, everyone.
Ha ha!
Yay, yay.
Earl is on brand.
5.
Dirt 20.
23.
I wiped my ass with poison ivy. Now that would be a 1. I'm just doing terrible.
Ew.
I
Yeah.
found brambles.
You're having a hard time moving through. You guys are constantly waiting on Earl. He's not having a good time in this place.
I'm
His
stuck.
ears are
I'm stuck.
his owl ears are just
Detach.
The ears are just like this the rest of the day. Just grumpy grumps.
yeah. Y'all. So who's in the front?
Obviously
Probably
not
Shadow.
Earl.
Okay. Shadow, go ahead and roll me another perception. Because so as you're moving through, you do kind of get to an area where the smoke's getting more condensed. You know how smoke can go. Like you've got smoke that's been there for a little while. It kind of spreads out, not as thick, but this is more. It's getting thicker, but not as spread out.
17 on the die for a 24.
Okay, yeah. A little ways ahead of you, kind of moving in between trees, you spot someone. Humanoid. No, can't. They're tall, 8 foot. Big.
It's thunderclap.
Doesn't have wings. But it's wrapped up, wearing brown cloth. It's got kind of moss to it. If you weren't looking, you would have very easily missed them. You're probably picking up that
It's Bigfoot.
whoever this is has taken time to camouflage himself, herself, whatever it may be.
It's Bigfoot.
And he's, a little bit ahead of you. You guys could. He's not moving quick. It looks like he's the source of the fire. As you see him every once in a while stop, and then you'll see this is smoke a few moments later from where he was just at.
It's Bigfoot.
But is it moving like across, or is it moving in the same direction we are?
A bit of both.
Okay.
So
And with the flaps, they haven't made their appearance
on
yet?
the other side of the smoke, from what it sounds like.
Okay. So is it more of a smolder that he's setting, or is it actual flame?
More of a smolder. You're not seeing a whole lot of fire, just a whole lot of smoke.
And the ground under our feet, does it feel like Shadow grew up in the jungle? She's gonna know what like a peat bog and shit, like quicksand and shit do.
Mm-hmm.
Is the ground still stable, or are we dealing with springy, like this is
Kind of springy moss. Most of the ground. You do, every once in a while you'll get like a patch of dirt and it's pretty solid. Just not a whole lot of exposed dirt.
this figure is intent on his task.
For the most part.
Okay. So, that's a big guy. And I don't think we want to mess with him.
He's big, is it like 8 foot?
We could try to go around, or we could put some distance and try to find another building.
We can. Or I just say that we can go sniff around.
And it's the one starting all the fires. Whatever that noise is on the other side. We'll stay on this side of the smoke.
And
Just keep pace, but quietly.
Just don't bother him, maybe he won't bother us.
but then we don't have, what are we doing? Like, that doesn't do anything except continue us traveling in a forest. We're not finding anything, we're just keeping pace watching him.
I mean, if we're going this way, is this still this is the direction you saw the fire coming from?
I saw the smoke. We found the smoke.
So we just go left and see if we can find a clearing or get up higher and see if the weather cleared out.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, what we're talking about doing is not trying to cross around in front of or behind this guy, staying on this side
Going
and
parallel?
kind of
Okay.
like making sure that he ain't trying nothing against us, but looking for a place where we can try to canopy watch again, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, we got plenty of trees that you can climb up that are nice and tall.
I don't want to do that close to
Yeah.
him.
So, yeah, we're gonna try and move away.
Yeah, just keep.
Just keep
But
our
we
distance.
don't want to lose sight of him.
But we are kind of like keeping our distance while staying up in his radius or whatever the smoke is doing.
Moving back about 50 feet,
Okay.
the way we came.
And then going parallel until. Like, big thing Earl's going to recommend we don't cross the smoke for right now, because if there's a lot of flapping noise.
I don't see what the point is of going, like, traveling parallel. Like, we could just go back 50 feet and then I could climb a tree again.
That works.
Yeah. So, y'all backtrack a little bit. You do climb the tree. Clouds are kind of cleared out a bit more. The sun's nice and high. Actually feels nice on your coat. You do have this kind of thick wall of smoke in front of you, obfuscating one side. Just kind of going along in almost the same direction, maybe a little off, you do spot what looks to be a clearing in the middle of the forest.
Is it in the path of the guy making smoke?
Thereabouts.
So if we aimed for that, there's a chance that he'd also end up over there.
Possibly, or nearby.
Okay. Still no sign of the tower?
No.
Going to cast.
However,
Go ahead.
you would feel that north is past the wall of smoke.
And... Okay. So... if we're here, and Doofenshmirtz is here,
You wanna,
and there's a clearing over here, and there's smoke doing this number.
Alright, hang on. Where are you at?
We're here,
Uh-huh.
Doofenshmirtz, guy setting smoke, here.
Sure.
Clearing, smoke.
Smoke's on the other side of him, right?
Mhm.
Smoke not between us and him,
No.
but north.
So, yeah. So, dude is going Yeah, y'all traveling parallel with him. He's on the same side of smoke as you guys are. Flapping is beyond, and the clearing is on the same side of the smoke as you guys are.
But north, where potentially the tower should be, is
More
past,
northeast. But yes.
So past smoke.
Past the smoke, but so the clearing is to the northwest of us. The castle might be to the northeast of us.
Confusing me now.
Okay, so hold on. Here's us. North is the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Big boy that I assume is just setting low, small fires. And then there is a clearing that would be to our northwest.
Okay. So,
Okay.
clearing. Here's the smoke.
Oh, okay.
Here's home dude. So, the smoke's basically going this way. Here's the clearing you spotted.
Oh, so it's to the east.
Yeah.
The clear. Okay, is the
So,
clearing in?
This
Okay,
would be
is
sorry.
the clearing in the same? Okay, so is the clearing to the northeast or the northwest of us?
northeast.
Okay, and the
Okay.
castle is to the northeast of us.
Last you saw.
Okay,
Okay.
is any of that making sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Different brains taking geography in different directions,
I-
and all of us trying to not confuse each other, but not succeeding.
I'm looking at it from a different way, and I confused myself too, which didn't help.
I'll come back down to ground level, relay all that. It seems like we have no choice except to go to that clearing.
All right. Just I say that we go quietly, if possible.
That's kind of a given, yes. And I feel like we should keep that distance between us and the big guy,
That seems fair.
if possible. I think we're all agreed. We're heading for the clearing and trying to be careful about it without crossing the streams with that guy and trying not to lose bearing on the clearing.
Okay. So, you do move about very cautiously. Y'all get to the clearing, still keeping an eye on the guy. He's still busy. So in the clearing, you do see a shack, wooden shack. It's got, it's raised up on rocks on each edge. It's rough built. And you see in the front of this shack like a stall. It has two posts and like a signpost in the front, and it is it says the word shop, but it's misspelled.
Is it spelled with two P's in it?
Yes. Yes.
Shop
It is.
pay.
Shop A.
I've read about this. Now the biggest thing we've got to worry about is if there's a little magical floating gemstone, and if we click it, it asks if we want to save. And if that and this are in the same area, I think that's a bad situation if we go beyond them. I'm sorry, video game RPG logic. Why is there a random save point?
Because you're gonna die.
Save. 2 steps later, music starts. Yeah.
Alright, and
Does the door look oversized on the house?
Not really.
going to knock on it.
You're gonna go. So this is in the
Can
middle
you
of the
do
clearing.
Can
you
you
have
do
to
the
go
thing
through.
with the magic hand again?
With mage hand?
So this
Yes.
is the shack is about 30 feet into the clearing. The clearing is what 60 feet across.
Can you reach it
So you'd
from,
have to-
from
Yeah,
here without?
Mm-hmm. I am going to use mage hand and basically try to basically get the doorknob.
Okay. So
We've
It
learned
is-
our lesson.
it is a latch door. So you just lift the latch.
Uh-huh.
Slides open. The house is dark.
I'm not comfortable doing a D&E.
Going to cast light on, what do I got on me? I am basically just gonna cast light on basically an old ring I got and just basically shine it like a flashlight.
But what's the range on that light?
Light
Or
is
to serve
Can you
as
give
a
it?
torch.
yeah.
Give it to the mage hand.
20.
You can't give light to mage hand. I
No,
think
can you give the ring
Ring
that's
to the
lit
mage.
up to the mage hand?
You're,
It
you're having
creates-
to go about 30 feet.
It
to get to the
creates. It creates 20 foot of bright light, and I believe another 20 foot of dim. If light does like a torch.
right. Let me pull it up right quick. Light 5e. Oh. Good God. Okay, then you touch one. You touch one object that is no larger than 20 feet in any. Than 10 feet in any dimension. That until that the spell ends, that the object sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius.
Okay, so you can't really use that to see inside.
Well, if we were.
But if you
Going.
gave the ring to your mage hand and
Oh
put
yeah.
it in,
Yeah, I do that.
Why didn't we just. Did you not?
I said I just did that.
okay, that's what you do.
I missed the knock
No, I
part.
mean,
My brain skipped a beat there,
No,
so all I heard was.
she didn't knock. She opened the latch, and
Yeah.
now we're sending
The mage hand
light ring.
with a light ring in there.
Why didn't we just not?
Don't ask me. I'm not the one that has a magic hand.
I'm fine with it. I'm confused.
I
hope nobody's sleeping in there. All of a sudden, loo, 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 loo.
I just thought that it would be a good idea not to put our bodies in harm's way first. That's all.
So what can we see from this perspective?
Through
with
the
light?
open door with
So,
lit up
So
inside.
the ring goes in and lights up the house. It looks to be just a single room house. You can see kind of a bunch of, well, looks from distance, looks to be a bunch of herbs and just stuff hanging on the walls, drying out. It's really hard to make out any of the details.
Going to slow.
However,
Oh, go on.
as your mage hand and ring is floating there, it is suddenly hit.
She got swatted with a broom. It's a
Alright.
big ass flash bug.
Earl's out there. Felt like that was coming.
So it is smacked out of the air. You see something envelop the ring, and it goes flying out the door, followed shortly later by a fireball.
Oh,
And at the door, you see a in a nightgown zombie girl. And
Wait,
she's
our girl Lily, or
yes, our girl Lily, and she's screaming obscenities at what she assumes to be a invisible entity.
I wanna tuck and roll away from the damn fireball.
same.
Is it
And
being
it
thrown?
goes. She throws it up in the air,
Oh.
throws it into the sky.
I wanna go chase down the ring. It's still lit up, right? Like I wanna
Oh.
shiny.
Ah, Lily.
Oh, hello, Lily. How are you?
Was that?
No,
I got
No.
it.
it wasn't us. Weird. We've been finding weird stuff.
No, it
we
wasn't
followed
us.
a glowing ring. It was just
Yeah.
floating in front of us.
I got it.
She slams the
Isn't
door.
that hot?
Like mid conversation, she slams the door, and then a moment later, she's like doing the whole "Hi, how you doing?" And she's back in her tattered dress, just having a nap. How was the town?
It was a real shit show.
Would you
Yeah,
like a
they're
shiny
too
ring?
nice. What? So, is that your ring?
No,
We
it
found
wasn't
it, but
ours.
she's magic, so I thought maybe she could like.
We were
Oh.
following it through the woods.
Probably some invisible dirt bag.
I don't know. They were ghouls back in that town.
Yeah, that casserole tasted like shite too.
I mean, it was good at first,
Yeah.
but then it was bad.
There was too much cheese for me even to attempt it, so I lucked out.
That
and
was
didn't
cheese?
I didn't eat dead people.
Yeah, so much good cheese.
I've never stayed that long. They were always too nice and always trying to, it always felt like they were trying to impose upon you, and I don't like that.
Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
So you can't help us.
Are you running a shop?
No.
Well, she can't help us.
I'm just crashing here. I like the house owner. He's fun. We play board games sometimes.
Why is he out setting fires?
You can ask. She looks over. It's like, oh, you can ask me. As you see the tall 8-foot figure strolling across the yard, he's got what looks to be a tea kettle in his hand of sorts. It's a very odd-looking tea kettle.
Is it gooseneck?
Yes,
Okay.
but it looks like it's got kind of 2 spouts.
Hello.
Ooh.
Greetings and salutations.
So as you see that he spins around, he pulls out this very nasty-looking cleaver. It's like, ah! What? Friends of yours,
We
Lily?
come in peace.
Yeah, sorta.
Acquaintances.
We are very acquaintances of
Work
Lily.
associates.
I didn't know you were still here. Well, don't hang out in the bushes. Danger's out there. Come on. Welcome to my shop. I call it the sloppy.
It's a
Wouldn't
very
it-
nice
Do you
Would
have
it
a
be
name,
show?
sir?
store.
As he kind of takes off the goggles and starts undoing the face wrap, looks to be a older orc. He's got some pretty nasty teeth. Looks like y'all got through the town. Stayed the night.
Not fully.
Yeah,
Part of it.
sounds about right.
How long have they been pulling that griff?
I don't think grift is the right word. They're earnest. Or at one point they were earnest human folk. And just over time,
That they.
things happen.
What do you mean by things happen?
When people die, they don't always die. Sometimes they
Look-
stand back up.
Looking at Lily.
She's not wrong.
So you're saying that that entire town was nothing but the dead that couldn't rest?
Sometimes. Well, not quite. What you got?
Sounded like they busted into one house and started eating somebody.
As he's kind of staring off for a moment. So, yeah. As he goes, he pushes into his way into his house. You hear him clucking around for a moment. Just, well, sorry, it's been a while since you had really anybody to talk to besides me and a few people who just try and kill him or run past.
Right.
Why don't y'all come in? He's nice, I promise.
Is that
Hey.
tea? What
there
kind of
room?
tea is that?
Sir, would it be alright if we entered your domicile?
You're not gonna try and kill me, are you?
We could have a
Tired.
picnic out here instead.
No. Don't like
I
the smoky
don't.
smells.
I don't intend to.
Come on in.
But if you vomit acid all over me, I will defend myself.
Leona is just going to just like message Phil like,
Phil.
I mean,
What the fuck are you sending me a message? I'm over here trying to not get arrested in
Earl.
Waterdeep.
Earl, I don't got mass sending. But they're going to message Earl, going to be like, "Oi, I think that you know, we all should do the talking, but I can do it a little bit better."
That you can. I'm just being fully honest as we go in.
That's fair. You can reply back to this one.
Reply.
Anyway,
The reply, oh.
So, no, he goes in the couch. So yeah, come on in. As he's kind of, you guys enter. You see him. He's reaching up. He's taking like a stool down from the rafters. He's making use of his space. A few things stored away. The walls have herbs. A few pieces of hanging meat here and there.
Murphy bed.
Has some beautiful black pipe style stairs that go to the sleeping loft above the bathroom washroom combo.
Hardly.
Tiny
just-
house living. I love it.
oh yeah, love those videos.
Hammocks for the win.
So he's got one proper bed and a hammock on the other side.
See what I say? What I say?
It looks like the hammock was originally used to just hold things, but you just see a pile of stuff that's been dumped on the floor.
I'm assuming that's Lily.
Yeah, she does that.
So,
Oh, come on in. As he pulls this kind of beat up kettle off of the stove and pours what looks to be tea.
So that kettle is not tea?
Oh no, you don't want to drink this thing unless you like fire on your insides.
So why are you firing the woods?
They keep the mutalisks at bay. The nasty little things.
The mucus what?
the flap flaps.
Flap flaps?
Flap
Got
flap.
the wings sound.
Yeah, you've probably heard them then.
First we
like
thought it was
bees.
bees, and then we were corrected.
A lot like bees. They get together in a colony, but they're... You guys know what a centipede looks like. Think,
Yes, they're fun to hunt.
Yeah.
think like that. Bigger and more fleshy and with wings. Less feet.
That sounds
Centipede
terrible.
dragons.
That is very terrifying.
That's a good way to put it.
Even more fun to hunt if they can fly.
I mean, they're easy enough if you get them like one or two or even three, but that's where the issue is. It's a lot. Smoke. It keeps them at bay, keeps them contained. I go every once in a while when they get too close. Yeah,
So you've lived here a while.
a while.
So I take that you. So then that you said something about that there were other groups. That there was that there was supposed to be a cleric that came
R&D
back.
Chevalier.
R&D the Chevalier.
I know.
Oh,
Don't forget who tries to kill you.
wait. He
How
tried
many
to kill
did he
you?
have with him by the time he made it here?
Well, he had two other guys with him.
Didn't he start out with 5?
Something like that.
So it was
So
then
you
that there
might
were
have
three.
had assistance to the Chevalier.
So then that there were 3 left of them.
And then there were 3.
Yeah.
This looks familiar.
But he had 4 total.
Well, he's a very flowery fella. Came up on me and was in the woods making my rounds and going the whole, good sir, we are needing your assistance and I'm a noble of wherever. And of course, as soon as I took face wrap off from what I was doing, they go, Orc, have at ye, you foul beast. You brute of war.
That doesn't sound very heroic now, doesn't it? He sounds like an asshat.
Yeah, well,
To be fair, that sounds like a noble that's decided to adventure personally. I mean, I had a professor that was a petty noble. Keyword is petty.
I am a noble too, but you know that I am not egregiously misjudging of such character.
Dispossessed and exiled.
Severely in debt because I didn't go to an accredited wizarding school.
It's all beside the point. You've been here a while.
that's rough, brother.
That's rough, buddy.
Just go off the grid.
You know what? I'm
Avoid
thinking I'm
city
going to live here with our good friend. Off the grid, don't need money.
So you've been here a while.
Yeah.
Any idea how long?
Nope.
Do you know where the tower is? At the end of the road.
Through the smoke, past the mutalisks.
Any tips for dealing with them aside from make lots and lots of smoke that gets in your fur and never gets out again?
The alternate path.
There's an alternate path.
That's alternate in quotations. There's an underground way.
Did we
That's
not already
never
try
easy.
that?
It's never that easy.
Of course not.
Do you have the brew recipe possibly for just e-smoke that we can possibly use ourselves? That we can I can try to fashion up that special kettle ourselves to see if we can use
He
it.
holds up his kettle. Magical. I feed it whatever plants.
We can
And
just
then
make
an hour later, I can go about doing.
We can just make smoky torches, guys. It's
Well, depends. I'm going to cast Identify on the kettle.
you'd have
Yeah.
to touch it.
If he'll let me touch the handle that's not the hot part.
Just it's not dripping fire or anything. Yeah, I guess. Z holds it out towards you if you wanna. If all you wanna do is touch it.
I'm going to need to do this for about 10 minutes.
Oh, Z puts it down. So don't let your tea get cold.
I'll hold up Earl's teacup.
Earl will pull out the one straw from his pocket.
As I'm
I
sipping
don't
my
know how
own.
this is supposed to work. I don't have lips to create suction.
I
This
was
is the
just
worst.
holding it up so you could beak in, dude.
So about that time,
I'm sorry, it's just Earl actually pulls the straw and he's still trying to figure out how straws are supposed to work.
Lily's back has been to you, and it looks like she's like standing over something, kind of thinking. You see her. She picks something up and sets it down, and she goes, "You're in check. Sure go."
Oh,
She's like,
chess.
That took you like 7 hours to decide. Hey, I had to sleep.
Ooh, dragon chess.
Okay. Oh, it's 1 minute. Sorry, it's not 10 minutes. So, what's the name of the kettle?
So, it's called Kettle of Dripping Fire.
Okay. Kettle of drip.
Mm-hmm.
The most stylish of all kettles.
Properties, use, attunement, charges, spell on item. I mean, I'm assuming that it is made out of metal.
Yes.
So that's
Okay.
properties. Use is to make fire.
Mm-hmm. And of the sorts. So, there's just some multi-functional, like two-part spell that's going on here. So one, it has some sort of spell that converts plant matter to an oil, and another one is like a low-level fireball.
Okay, so it's basically an eternally hot kettle that has a energy conversion source.
Mhm.
But it's literally just making mundane, regular
So
fire.
he's as you're talking about it, he's like, well, what we can do with it is we turn it, and the oil that it makes pours out and catches a bit of the firebolt, and it drips small bits of fire onto the ground.
Alright, so it's just thank you very much. Alright, you're right. I was trying to make sure it wasn't some type of magical fire, okay? That produced some type of scent that they don't like. If it's just regular smoke, yeah, we can do that.
No, I had a wizarding fella who stayed with me for a while, and he said all his friends died on the way here, and he was just trying to figure out what he wanted to do. Ultimately, he decided to go to the tower. I didn't see no sense. I hope he made it.
We get 5 feet out of the clearing, there's just a dead wizard under the overgrowth. Has a note, died of D4 poison ivy damage.
I mean,
There's a sticky note underneath his robe that says, "Don't diss Terry."
so to the rest of the group is just so that do we want to take the possible route with just our own concoction of the kettle, or do we want to go underground?
It's just smoke. We just need to make smoke. We can make
I
brushy
think
smoke
I
torches.
think the underground method he was talking about was to die.
No, there. It is either way you go is a hassle. Smoke or no, you might come too close to their hive, and even if you've got a huge plume of smoke, they don't take kindly and will throw themselves at you with mutilisks. However, the underground route, you don't deal with them, but you might run into a nastier fella. As I call him the cadaver collector.
Oh no.
I know what those are.
Giant
Leona doesn't.
centipede. Giant centipede or a cadaver collector.
Oh,
Now,
he's-
is that a moniker?
I'm pretty sure the cadaver collector was human at one point, but he might have lost his mind, done something. He finds people in the woods and adds to himself.
So,
bugs or that.
well, the question is, how far are we from the tower, and does the underground path get us close to the tower?
Close. Close. This is the northern edge of the woods. Just not too far beyond here is the bridge.
Okay.
And the underground route will get us to the bridge?
It'll dump you out just before the bridge. Or you can if you get past the hive, there's a pathway that'll take you there. All points lead to that.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I'm not super fond of underground.
Do the flying centipede bastards, do they ever go above the canopy line?
I wouldn't know. I don't fly.
We can try just going over the canopy, get you two up and over,
I can only do it for a minute.
but you could then take a break and try again.
It will have to be a long break.
Can you climb?
I could try. I can do flips.
I think if we try going up, we might stand a better chance.
I'll give it a shot if that's what you want to do. I mean, heck, if y'all want to go underground, I will. I'm just saying that's not my preferred.
I think we've
No.
already discovered that we are useless underground.
I mean,
We just gotta look at the floor.
What if there is no floor? What if it's just a giant pit and we never planned? At least up. The only way you can go is across or down.
and plus, then that you should have that jar of fire.
Drop it on the hive. No more problems.
You've never kicked a hornet nest, have you?
I don't want to.
Good, my brother Roy did. It was a bad idea.
It is a bad idea.
Hornets of Eddies, did they hut? Bad.
Blow them up. They no longer exist.
I
Um,
assume this thing blows up, or unless y'all got something else you're talking
Oh!
mason jar full
I mean,
of fireball.
about. If you kill the queen with it, yeah, but
I mean,
there's not enough.
I don't think I want to go
That-
that deep into it.
And then that, if that you will, that, do you also have like,
Hold on. Is there a 2 meter wide access port that goes straight to the center of the hive that can be accessed through a chasm?
Yeah,
By-
but you gotta go really fast.
Yeah, that might not work.
and
for
then
me.
that, do you have do you have like empty jar or anything like that?
Whatever
I
you're
got
cooking
jars.
smells incredible, by the way.
Okay.
Actually, I need to go put that onto.
Starving.
Basically going to, what else do you have for sale?
You have a shoppe.
I
What
got
you got?
a bit of food, and I got a bit of other stuff. I mean, everything's tradable. Money don't do me no good though.
Tradable. Okay.
What if I can tell you where some goats are?
In town,
Under. They're in a cave.
I don't want to deal with them.
Alright.
I did want to ask, like, why do the ghouls don't come into the woods? That they just stop at the threshold?
There are
Because-
dangerous things out here.
Is it the mutilusks? Mutahusks?
No, that's just some of the easier things to deal with, assuming you don't get swarmed. But there are far more dangerous things out in the woods.
The bridge, does it cross just a canyon or is there water?
It's a chasm of sorts. I don't know what's underneath.
Are there water sources here in the woods that you have to cross?
Oh, I know what she can trade.
No, there's a smallish lake nearby. That's how where I get my water. I don't.
I have a ring that will allow you to stand on the water and not get wet.
Does it work with rain?
What are we doing now?
We are making trades.
We're trying to get food. Hungry.
That I see that you are a fan of dragon chess, no? And then that Leona just basically out of her bag that she just unrolls at this most fanciest looking dragon chest set,
It passes the time.
then that you know that I do have this extra dragon chest set that basically if we get food, you know, maybe a bit of shelter for the rest of the night before we set out in the morning,
Yes.
it can be yours.
Okay, what are you after?
Just
whatever you can spare without putting yourself in harm's way.
I can offer services of cleaning.
He's very, very good at that.
Looks good.
Also, can I look over his kitchen area? What condition do his knives look like?
Just brief look. They're sharp.
Okay.
And the knives, the metal portions are well cared for, but it seems like the handles and whatnot not in really good shape. It seems like this guy knows how to take care of metal blades, but as far as like the regular, more common, mundane stuff, not real sure.
no, that I do think
Okay,
that my
'cause
sneakers are spider climb.
I have a small knife.
Well, do you think you could do some repairs? You have you're a scholarly sort. You got the spell mending.
I have prestidigitation.
Is that
What do you
fits?
need to
That
repair?
cleans. That cleans, sir.
Is he kind of pulls out a chest and kicks it towards you.
I'll open it.
I'd like that to be repaired if y'all can. So look inside. It's a set of orcish plate armor. The leather strappings on it have kind of gone out. Cared for it the best I can, but I don't know how to make leather.
Going to basically, because what would that be, DMs at this table? Help me, what would that be?
What are you trying to?
I am going to inspire one of y'all to see that if y'all can try to fix that.
Damn, I wish I had taken mending. I really thought about it.
I didn't take mending either.
If we're going with trying to just like perform some straight repairs or whatnot to the fittings and everything, if it were my table, I would say that'd be a sleight of hand, like for the actual dexterity aspect, and it would take there would be a time requirement there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's to not magically.
Yeah, like just straight and like with nobody I don't have proficiency for that, but part of what I wrote into Shadow is that she's been living in exile for a while, so all of her stuff has been repurposed. Like she's patched her own clothes and like fixed her own gear.
Okay.
So
Right, and then that I'm not really, don't have those
Here's
spells.
the thing: is the leather bits, Earl will prestidigitate clean, which, to my understanding, also means that's oiling the leather slightly, because that's when it is clean.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. That Leona can basically use one of her creations to actually create
if there was a
some,
specific tool or something like an awl that we needed, we could do that.
I mean,
So like
actually,
in a group effort, I do think it's like
Okay.
physically possible.
Okay.
So,
Do y'all have a source of leather though?
about to check something. Mother said.
I'm just saying is I can clean the existing leather to see what is actually salvageable, because this might be a stretch, but I would say if there was dry rot in some of the leather, that would be. I mean, that's technically dirty. I would say that would, like, those bits might kind of dissolve or crack away.
Yeah.
With the more subtle leather, the leather that could be restored with that still being there, but that's about the best I think prestidigitation could do.
Yeah.
Other than cleaning, I could remove rust with it.
Well, the metal parts of the armor are very well polished and clean.
Okay. We'll just prestidigitate the leather
What
of it so that we can see what
tools
is.
would that fall under though?
So, but yeah, there's a lot of
Like
a number of the
pockets
metal of the
or
leather
something,
straps that would be used. They are kind of rotted, and they do kind of fall
Out
away
of
as you
these
prestidigitate.
tools, I mean, because I can create.
How
up
much
to
of the
80
leather does it
gold.
looks like was
So
did not
Hang on
hold
one
up?
second.
A fair amount.
Oh wait a
You
minute,
couldn't-
leather workers.
As it is
tools.
right now, you couldn't
Hey, look
wear
at
this
that.
armor without
Is
it
that
falling
is that
off.
Yeah, it is underneath my
So
gold
you-
cost.
so you could like Can you create the whole set though?
Yes, I can
Like
create.
per the rules?
Per the
Create the
rules
whole set
of
of what?
creation.
Leatherworkers
Or
rules.
I can create anything that is basically the maximum of 20 gold times my bard.
How long
level.
does it last?
An hour.
So the tools can last, but we still need a source of leather.
Yeah.
Well,
And that takes a hot minute to actually create. That is. Earl wouldn't know it, but
He
we're,
would.
we're not creating leather in that amount of time.
according to, come on, it was loaded and then it went away.
Now, we do have leather like in our travel kits and pouches, that's leather, but that's not going to be the right
Okay,
thickness.
according to Xanathar's Guide to Everything, the components of a leather worker's tools include a knife, a small mallet, an edger, a hole punch, a thread, and leather scraps. It doesn't specify how
But they will,
many
be,
leather scraps.
they will be gone in an hour, though.
Damn, you're right. Okay, so
Do, hold on. And so Earl is going to.
It's mainly for the tools for us to.
Earl's
basically
going
do it,
to
right?
take the only piece of thick leather that he actually has, which is the belt from his common clothes.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. Earl has a leather pouch. It's on his mini. That's how he's carrying some of his stuff.
we can also
It's thick enough to be repurposed.
we
for
can
some
also
of this.
break down. You have a pack?
She has.
You have a pack?
Mhm.
I have
she
a leather
has a
bag.
and then she also has another purse too.
Okay. If we can combine equipment, one of our, like, I have a backpack specifically,
Mm-hmm.
and
Pretty sure that
I can break
Leona's
that down.
purse is probably some high quality leather.
Well, the purse is more than likely
It is
thinner
from
leather.
the-
The satchel, I know, is from having leather tool bags and leather traveling bags. Would be thicker, but not quite the right thickness. But if we just want to get it to where he can wear it again,
In either case, like, we just need to decide, am I breaking down my backpack, are we breaking down your satchel, or
break
are
down
we...
my satchel because I got 2 spell books that can fit in
Okay.
my vest.
Alright, so we'll,
I'll just,
if you conjure the leatherworking tools,
I will
you
literally pull
let
them out
me
my fluff.
rip off your satchel and break it down for scrap. Then I'm the one with the 5 decks that would have the best chance, especially with a bardic inspo, of
And I will help
successfully
giving you advantage.
repairing
Yes.
armor.
Throw it in, so that works.
Do we actually need to roll for this?
I
Like,
think
is this
we-
what we're doing now?
Yes.
I think we need to roll, but you
Okay.
have advantage.
Bardica inspiration
Yeah.
that I
If-
have created the
You know
leather
what?
tools.
Ah!
Oh, 19.
That's a 19 on the die with a 1 there. That's a dirty 20 before I even add my
Okay.
5
No.
from
You- It
It's-
was never a question of could. It was a question of how long. And it
Yeah.
still takes you a while.
Yeah. Which, I
You-
mean,
even
that's-
as you're working, you very quickly realize this is, even with the tools, it's going to take more than an hour.
that's
Oh, well,
So with during the hour you have, you
knowing
make,
that we've only got an hour.
hold up. Let me read it again about the creation tools. 20. Trying to read.
Knowing that we've got an hour, I would use that initial hour to completely break down the satchel and start piecing it
Oh,
out.
that we actually have more than an hour. That we have 3 hours because then it is equal to my proficiency bonus.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you.
Okay.
It's taking more than 3 hours. It's
But-
from a person that's
but
made
what-
armor.
But what I'm saying is, knowing that we have a limited time on this, I would spend that time the best as possible to break down the satchel, get everything prepped, even if that was just getting everything lined out, matching up like sizes, making cuts. We could also use regular knives for some of the cutting. And then once we're getting close to that 3 hour mark, if there's any like holes that need to be punched or anything,
I
we're
can
good.
still pop. I can basically pop a second level spell and do it again, so that way that we have an additional 6 hours of leather tools.
If we do that, then great. And if not, if we still run out of time, I literally have claws that can be used as auger punches. I know it would take a while, but
yeah.
I don't think there's anything we're missing as far as
how to do this.
how to do it. It's just gonna take
Time.
literally like this whole day and maybe a little bit longer tomorrow. But I think that we can do it.
Well, if you guys are gonna work on repair my armor, so I don't have hands for leather work, and I don't have a source of leather. If y'all are gonna do that, and I will feed and house you. It won't be the most comfortable thing. I got some fresh. I can make a stew.
That would be fine. I
That
did
is
not
fine.
sleep last night, so I'm going to do all of this that I can, and then I'm passing out.
That's fair.
I'll be back in a bit. As you see him pick up a big cauldron, kind of sling it over his shoulder as he goes out the door.
Let's go. Hey, Booster. I think we're kind of hitting time.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
5:30.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
We made it
Save
work,
point.
friend.
Hit
did make an
save
orc friend.
and backup save.
Domesticity.
And
Thy
backup
name
save.
is leatherworking
It's therapeutic.
for food.
Yeah, and shelter,
And shelter.
Yeah.
Food and shelter.
and some nice tea.
We're gonna wake up in a stew pot.
I hope
It's
not.
just Baba Yaga this entire time.
Now y'all remember that we talked about I was awake all night, so you guys are responsible while I'm sleeping.
We're doomed.
We're not
Lily's over
doing
there
I'm
just
a
like,
bar.
I call the hammock. And she's
Make
folded
room!
into the hammock.
We just watched the cat jump in. It's like, I'm gonna go over here. I'm just gonna get it far enough away that somebody's getting
I
chunked.
have a bedroom, but it's still basically.
I'll get in the rafters.
So,
I
it is,
think
I do think that's time.
All right.
Alright.
So, schedule. Here in a little bit, Spence and I will be back with Knox talking about world building for his domain. He'll have to send me a map so I can throw it up
Same.
in the image for people to view. I know a little bit about his world because I've already chimed in on a few things. He found Axar's map maker online. It's really cool. It doesn't make small maps.
Oh,
Okay, so it doesn't do town maps, it does like world.
It's a world map, and it will put towns, but it automatically creates lore,
really?
sigils, banners.
so. It's like a it's an idea
generator.
generator.
Oh,
Yeah,
I might
it-
have to look
it-
that up.
It's pretty neat. It is. If I had not already created a map for my world Arax, there's a good chance I would have used it and renamed things.
I use Incarnate. I mean, Incarnate.
But we'll be back with that at 8. Tomorrow we got Lost Seas at 8. Thursday at 6 we have Tears of Kairos, and then we'll be back next Sunday to wrap this up and also have Kitchen Table. So that's next week. Big upcoming events is we will have Arthurian Legends on the 3rd weekend of this month. Spence is taking Guinevere and Lancelot, those hoes. What?
Okay,
Lancelot,
that's fair.
Lancelot was a French writer's self-insert that just decided to make the British look dumb.
That is
Yeah.
fair.
Those hoes in hose.
Yes, they all just King Arthur's Round Table is nothing but lederhosen now. Well, I am Arthur. No.
Hose is a thing across like all
I
Europe.
know.
Oh, that you don't
I'll be doing different depictions of Arthur depending on the era that it was written in, because there's Arthur the hero, Arthur the king, Arthur the sickly, and Arthur the fool. That all depends on who wrote them. Again, the last two mostly being the French.
Those French.
Haha, we hear you have a hero. It would be bad if fan fiction was written about it. Your Goku is not as good as our Goku.
Everything
At
is
least
the
your Raditz is
cow.
better than our Raditz.
Oh, poor rabbits. Anyway, so that's what we got. We also will have Curse of Strahd running in October on Sundays, run by Neysa. We will definitely take a couple weekends off in September before we pick back up with that. Let's see, and the first weekend of November, we have Extra Life. We have a game set up for that. We're getting to figure out who's going to all make it and participate. And then the weekend after that, we will be doing the Hot Ones Challenge
Yep.
for
Oh, hot.
Wounded Warrior. So also right now we still currently have going on a donation to St. Jude. If you want to click on the bottom on the page while you're watching and just click donate, we'd appreciate it. Or if you want to directly donate to St. Jude's, we'd appreciate it. We just also want to kind of see the bar move.
A little bit.
Anyway, so that's what we got going on. Socials, we are Team Bonus Action on YouTube, Facebook, Linktree, and Twitch. But you already know that because you're watching us. And then we are at bonus_team on Twitch.
He did it!
Twitter, not Twitch.
Twitter, whatever.
Close
I gotta do something to keep the bit going.
Good
Yeah.
God.
I have to, or else I'm gonna have to do it right for so long, and then all of a sudden, like, and then throw out
Professional. We are professionals, people.
the hell I am. I'm a professional most of the week at work.
We're
I think
professional
we're just a bunch of friends
amateurs.
that are trying to have fun and, you know,
Yeah.
help
So-
a good cause in the process.
That's what we got going on. So see a few of y'all here in a couple hours. And since Knox is not here,
Don't let your meat
loaf.
The hell, Spencer!
Smeagol. That
But
was Smeagol.
why?
the fuck.
Cause creepy. Comment, like, subscribe.
Thank you.